which is nice. Yeah, you get that when you come on as a guest, man. It's a free gift.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Welcome back, everybody, to Turn Left Podcast, episode 66. I got two sheets open now because I've got some left over. Remember, I had questions left over from last time.
Yeah, we got a little sidetrack last time.
Yeah, that's all good. It was a good one.
Yeah.
Either way, we got Alex backstage. Shout out to Alex.
What is up?
Let's get into it. Turn Left Podcast. Hold on. But yeah, can y'all go airplane mode? I tagged you. Yeah, if y'all can go airplane mode, it might help the thing not cut out as much.
Oh.
Alex, you got headphones right there, boss.
Yeah, I
got you. I'll turn my phone on to...
I tagged you in the thing, so it should automatically share to your page. But
I think I reshared just
restrict the...
Well, I reshared not the live link, but the like the advertisement page, if you will.
Okay.
I saw you tag me in it.
Either way, like I said, we are back. Turn Left Podcast, episode 66. Sponsors are Sarah K. Speed Shots and On Point Woodworks. Super shout out to Austin Dodge for making it out on very short notice. I texted him literally 48 minutes ago. I was like, can you come on tonight? Pretty much. It was like an hour or two ago.
Yeah.
So April Fools, everybody. We got Austin Dodge, which is perfectly fine. Like I said, we talked plenty good and then had more that I'm going to get to from last time that I never got around to.
Cool.
And do you have anything you want to talk about? I know that you've already gotten into your racing season. So
yeah, we can bring up some of the road racing stuff as
Go
well
for it.
as I guess it's opening weekend, right? For most
I also
of
have
the
a full sheet for Dan Rogers that we can't use. So it's
okay.
I'm a little off to the mixes
Yeah.
on the front, so if you can fill some time so I can just no, but really,
No.
What have you been doing?
Yeah,
You already
so
had one or two races?
We've had two races so far.
Okay.
We ran our first race was at Virginia International Raceway.
Okay.
First weekend in March, and was kind of like the maiden voyage of a brand new car.
Yeah.
So the car on the screen here, if they can see it, that car's been a race car for like 5 years now. Two-time national champ car. That's actually taken the checkered flag at a national championship race out west at Sonoma Raceway.
With that super badass trophy that's like the little
Yeah,
Iron Man looking thing.
yeah. It's like a Alien versus Predator kind of thing. Or
I
something.
tried to crop it into the photo, but it was too hard to crop around.
Yeah,
It's dark.
and so we built, which that car's great, but it's been wrecked on all four corners. It's been put in a frame machine a bunch of times, and it's just kind of past its prime. Yeah, it's flexing. So kind of took everything we learned off that car, put it into a brand new one, and kind of its maiden voyage. Another E30 BMW, just like that old 3 Series.
Just transfer the
but just
drivetrain.
it's fresh.
Yeah.
So everything's just a little bit tighter, a little bit more power, turns a little bit better. It's not wrecked and stuff. So, and the car ran great. We started towards the back and got up into the top 10. There's probably 50 some odd cars in the race, and we had we broke a rear. So, well, not the rear itself, but some of the bolts that hold the rear in place gave up, and so just growing pains on a brand new car.
Got to work the bugs out.
Yep. So it's going to take a while. So, but the car was really fast. That was good. It's really what we were trying to. We didn't really have too high of hopes on maiden voyage. You just hope it's fast, hope it lives. If it doesn't, whatever. So
that's the main concern, in my opinion.
And then a couple weeks later, we went to racetrack in Bowling Green, Kentucky. It's called National Corvette Museum Motorsports Park. So it's right across the street from GM's Corvette manufacturer facility for the Corvettes. They make them in their own production line, away from everything else.
In Kentucky?
Yep, it's in Bowling Green, Kentucky, about an hour north of Nashville, and they have their own Corvette museum that's there as well. So it's kind of a touristy thing. So they built this test facility that's now opened up to the public as a racetrack. I guess they got to generate some revenue on off weekends and different things. So it's a legit racetrack there.
Yeah.
Very cool. And we've won there. We've won there the last 3 times in a row we've went.
Really?
So it's a good track for us.
You've been there?
Yeah.
Bunch. Okay, so this is a new track.
We went there. We've been there. We went 2017. We ran second. 2018 we won, which was the national championship. And then we went 2019, and they had a doubleheader. I say short races. They had double 8-hour races, Saturday, Sunday, instead of one big giant thing. And we won both of them. So it's a good track for us. And we ran 4th on Saturday, and we ran 3rd on Sunday. So we were in the hunt. There's a couple really, really fast Miatas out there, like some what I would call like professional road racers. Some ringers that came in there that, probably wasn't in the spirit of what amateur fun racing's supposed to be, but it's neither here
Part
nor
of the
there.
sport, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I guess the late model
They got
guys,
their
the
double
Kyle
stacker
Busch.
hauler and all the big time stuff. So
Hell, even some of the low level Legends guys have to deal with that. Guys at Legends show up with like triple stacker trailers for full size cars.
It'd
It's
be
like,
like I would say it was kind of be like if you're a local dirt racer and you run Saluda, then Kyle Larson shows up just for fun. On like, we're
it's
racing
like-
Richmond, and I want to run dirt. You're like, well, damn,
yeah.
why? I got no shot,
But you might, and if you beat him, that's how you get noticed. That's how Eric Jones got noticed.
Sure.
He beat Kyle Busch in the Snowball Derby, I think. it is.
Yeah.
And then Kyle Busch picked him up for his truck team. But
Yeah.
I understand
But more
what you're
times
saying.
than not, the little engine that could gets his ass kicked by Kyle Busch when they come to town. So, and that's what we did.
Yeah.
But we ran respectable. We're the best of the rest. And so now we go to Daytona next weekend. So that's kind of like our
I almost posted
Super
that.
Bowl.
Yeah.
So that'll be a 14-hour race next Saturday, 8 a.m. to 10 at night in Duro. So we have
4 drivers?
We'll have this one. We'll have more. This is kind of everybody opens their schedule up for this one. It's like the big one. So I think we'll have 6 or 7 drivers. So everybody will run 1 2-hour stint probably. It'd be you run 2 hours at a pop, so 7 2-hour segments. Everybody will get their turn. Is probably how it'll go.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be there.
Well, let's say what?
Yet.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
can
not
work
yet.
on that.
And you didn't have your phone on airplane mode, so you lost your chance right there.
So that's a lot of fun, and it's cool. I will say this though, that Daytona is a very obviously prestigious historical place to go race. It's cool to say you drive when you're on the high banks and you're looking, you're like, damn, I'm racing at Daytona.
Yeah.
But for the average car that's not, doesn't run 200 miles an hour, doesn't have 800 horsepower, it's like driving down the interstate. It's really not that fun,
Okay.
Yeah. Once
Yeah.
you get over the novelty of it, like, oh, I'm racing at Daytona, you're like, man, you're like to the carpet, 5th gear, it's run out of grunt.
Hammer
You're like
down.
140 miles an hour. It still feels like you're doing like 60.
It's like U-Car at Dominion, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of, sort of. But it'd be like U-Car at Richmond or something.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
it'd be
just like,
crazy.
this thing has run out of grunt like
A U-car at Dover.
an hour ago. Yeah, for real.
Like
You're
fifth
just
gear
like
pinned around the
you
whole
got
thing.
5th gear. It's just like flat. It's a pancake. It's got nothing left. You're just driving around. And so it's definitely a horsepower track versus the handling track. So
Yeah.
it doesn't normally play into our strengths. But
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to not go to Daytona.
Yeah,
You're
well,
gonna
I
give it a
almost
shot.
posted that as the background thing, but the Sonoma thing, I don't
Yeah.
know why, but that, in my opinion, is way cooler that you race at Sonoma than Daytona, just personally, because I love playing road courses on iRacing
Yeah,
and old
yeah.
NASCAR games.
Yeah.
So I've always been a road course fan.
Yeah, I love that the NASCAR's doing more road course racing.
Yes.
And not that I think that that's the way they should go in general, because
I don't know
I
if
love
the
oval
fans
racing.
love it. Yeah, I don't know if the fans
Yeah,
love it,
yeah.
but I love it even more than the oval.
Yeah. I think if more NASCAR fans had exposure to road course racing, they would like the balance of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to give you that 2x2x2x2 bumper to bumper, short track 5 per se.
And not as many cautions because somebody can usually turn around and keep going.
Yeah.
But when the cautions do come out, especially now with stage racing,
Yeah.
I mean, it's so interesting. Too
Yeah.
wide through a road course you're trying to be.
And if they did more, I don't know, maybe more Roval configurations as opposed to more true road courses. Like I think every race they've done at the Charlotte Roval has been entertaining. There's been between the stages a lot of cautions. They bunch them up. They still use the NASCAR oval, so I mean they can
That's not on
still
y'all's
kind
circuit.
of draft off each other, and
That's not on y'all's circuit, is it?
it is. Yeah. We've won at Charlotte on that same
The same
configuration.
Roval.
Yep, the exact same Roval.
How hard is it getting into that turn after the long...
The heartburn turn.
Well, that, and then after
Yeah.
you get back up to speed, going down into the... I'm trying to think. Maybe I'm getting two of them confused.
So they have two. They have
Heavy braking areas.
They have really 3, right? So you have let's say you're coming down NASCAR off turn 2 down the back straightaway.
Mm-hmm.
They have a bus stop right there.
Yes.
Champ Car doesn't use that. We
Okay.
just go straight,
Okay.
which is cool because you get to experience like driving off into turn 3 like at full speed.
Okay.
And Charlotte is tight enough of a radius to where you actually feel the speed. It's not quite like Daytona. So you drive into that turn at like 130 something. And you
Which
feel
turn?
it'd be NASCAR turn 3. You come down the back straightaway.
Yeah.
Instead of doing the bus stop chicane, we just go straight.
And then go straight into
You just go right on through NASCAR 3 and 4, come off NASCAR turn 4, all the way back, start finish line, and then right at like pit out.
So the opposite side of the dog leg.
Yeah, you go to the far end of the dog leg and then cut in just past pit out, and then go back into the infield. And it's really cool. It's a lot of fun. Those guys taking a 2,300-pound BMW or something around there is one thing. You know, it's got like 160 horsepower. It's really not. You know, you're not lighting the back wheels up. It's like a U car. When you go to get back into gas, you just
Hammer down.
we go. There's not a whole lot of feathering or worried about kind of
those big,
throttle
heavy
response.
cars.
Yeah, but I couldn't imagine a cup car at it wheeling it around there. Like Sonoma, we went to Sonoma. We ran the exact same the cup configuration that they run, and I don't know the exact lap time or something, but let's say it was like I did like a minute and 47 or a minute and 40 something, and you feel like, man, I'm driving the shit out of this thing. Like, man,
Yeah.
this car is. I'm on the edge, man. I'm getting everything I can get. And then after the race, I looked up what the NASCAR pole was last year, and it was like a minute 19.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it was Kyle Larson. He has a track record. It's like it was like 28 seconds a lap faster. And that track is super narrow. Like you take
Super technical.
you take two Miatas through there, and you're like, man, we're not going to fit. And you take two big body cars, and just the way they hustle them around, it's like
Heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy cars, too.
Yeah.
On not that big of tires.
I mean, not relative to.
I mean, they're big. They're not.
big, but not relative to what the car is. And I think it's a testament that the road course ringer guys that used to come in back in the day and would run well, like you don't see that anymore.
Like Eric Almirola and stuff like that.
Well, like Scott Pruitt or
Not Eric Almirola, I'm
Boris
talking
Said
about,
or Allmendinger.
Marcus Ambrose,
Yep, Marcus Ambrose.
who got replaced, I think, by Eric
Yeah.
Almirola.
Yeah, well, if you're going to be a full-time cup racer, if you can't do the oval thing, that's kind of a tough gig
Yeah.
to pull off. You know,
What do you think is harder? Why do the road course guys struggle so hard on circle tracks?
I think they just struggle so hard driving those big cars. Really.
But how do they do it so well on a road course? Because they're so
Yeah,
muscle memory tuned to
muscle
driving.
memory and the footwork on the pedals and stuff is probably the biggest thing.
So they're just so good at that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because if we're both going down a straightaway, let's say like Daytona road course, you know, they come down that Daytona back straightaway and they have the bus stop down there
Yeah.
towards turn 3. If you can like heel toe downshift and do all that fancy stuff like that, Marcus Ambrose is probably able to drive the car into the corner 3 or 4 car lengths deeper.
Yeah.
Without any wheel hop, wheel spin, any kind of
Locking up.
jerkiness, wheel.
Yeah.
It's. I can't do it. I mean,
It's
why I'm in
extremely
amateur
hard.
racing.
Yeah.
And most of the cup guys for the longest time couldn't do it. So that's why those ringers would come in and would do well. But it's all they put more of an emphasis on road racing in NASCAR. Those guys are really good. Like I would say
Chase
that
Elliott, yeah, what, 4
the
in a
top,
row?
yeah, I'd say Chase Elliott would do better going into any other road series, with the exception of maybe like Formula One, and
Yeah.
would have a better shot to do well than any, you know, IMSA, IndyCar, I don't know, some other forms of open wheel racing, like the Australian supercar stuff that like Marcus Ambrose was doing and
Yeah.
whatever.
What makes F1 so hard?
I think it's just so different.
Just so high level and so technical.
It's just so yeah. I don't think there's any other cars in the world that have that kind of downforce. I mean, I've never driven anything like that remotely, but just I think you have to, the way that a higher downforce car drives is just so opposite of like you think of a big heavy car, right?
Yeah.
Even like on an oval car, you have as you're flying down the straightaway, sailing off into turn 1 at Southside, let's say, or Dominion.
Yeah.
Right at when you let off the gas at the fastest point going into the corner, you have the least amount of grip and you are the most out of control. And then as the car lands, loads up, and the speed comes down, the grip gets more and more and more and more, and the car starts to turn in better, and you feel more, boom, and go.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've been driving a go-kart from the time you were 5 up to stock cars until you were 30, that's the way your brain is. As the deeper I get into the corner, I'm going to get a heavier steering wheel feel, and I'm going to get more grip, and I'm going to make the car turn.
As the car slows down.
As the car slows down and enters the corner, the grip level increases, right?
Mm-hmm.
A downforce car is the total opposite. The whole reason the car sticks is because it has downforce. When it's going fast, it's glued. And as the car slows down, the grip level sheds away as the car slows down, and the car lifts up off the ground as the body is having slower air go across it. Yeah. And so the car is like, I'm flying at 200 miles an hour down the straightaway, and I jump on the brakes, and it stops. But as I slow down and start to turn in,
It starts to lighten up.
it starts to lighten up. It starts to lose downforce. You start getting wheel lock up. It doesn't want to turn. And I think that and it's not that one's harder than the other. It's just
Knowing one.
karting, European road course karting kids and F1 kids have been driving that way since they were 5, and stock car guys have been driving this way since they were 5. And then when you're 30 and you go, hey, let's switch it up.
Yeah. It's like racing a boat versus a jet ski. Like, you got to be hammered down while you're turning or whatever.
Yeah,
like they say
yeah.
in a jet ski, it's like, oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. So I think a lot of those NASCAR guys. Well, I've never seen a NASCAR guy try to go do Formula One legit, but you hear stories like you watch, like Tony Stewart, Jimmy Johnson's doing the IndyCar thing, like Jeff Gordon drove.
You a Jimmy Johnson fan? I know you're a Jeff Gordon fan.
Not really. He's okay. I don't hate him like most people. We're piling on there for a while, and like hope he. I think he's cool. I like him.
I never
okay.
hated on him. No,
I tend to
did.
like pull
I got
for
Jimmy
like.
Johnson stuff.
I tend to not really care about folks, but when everybody starts hating them because they win all the time, that makes me like them.
Yeah.
So like, I really don't care. I don't. Yeah, I don't like in other sports. Like
He's
I
like,
really.
no, I still hate college.
I really. No, I don't dislike
I'm
that.
just kidding.
Like let's say football. I really don't care about Tom Brady one way or the other. But when everybody starts hating Tom Brady because they're like, oh, he wins again. He's oh my gosh, Tom Brady. I'm like, no. I
Yeah.
love it when he wins again and just gets to give everybody just rub it in and all the haters get. But yeah.
Yeah.
So it
I
makes
like
me,
him for that.
So it makes me pull for him because I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wait to see how lit up Facebook is tomorrow morning with everybody crying and
dude.
whining and complaining. So
I'm not a betting man, but I had already drinking 6 beers that day, and I put a bet on that game that night on Tom Brady, and I won.
yeah, you know it's funny. I've only bet on football one time ever in my life, like other than like a $10 like buy grid on.
That's
Super
what this
Bowl.
was. It was 20
I bet
bucks.
it was me and my dad and some family members, 4 or 5 years ago. We all it was like $100 buy-in. It was like enough money to where it like really you cared about it.
Yeah.
And when the playoffs started, it was 12 of us. There's 12 teams that had 6 from each conference made the playoffs, and we just drew teams out of a hat. $100, you get a team, and that's your team that you're going to ride. And if you win the Super Bowl, only one guy, winner take all, $1,200. I drew New England first draw. I was like, it's over.
Yep.
It's over. Never bet against Tom Brady. And it was 2 minutes to go. They played the Eagles. They're down. Here comes touchdown, Tommy. Gonna make me $1,200.
This is back in the day.
Here he goes. This is what I've seen this happen 8 times in a row.
Right.
It's over. Like you give Tom Brady the ball with a minute and some odd change and 2
this is against
timeouts.
the Falcons. Yeah.
It's over, right? And
You said the Eagles.
yeah, they played the Eagles.
How long ago was this?
2016, 17, something like that.
Okay.
2018.
They had Nick Foles was the quarterback
Yeah,
because
they
Carson
won.
Wentz got hurt.
Nick
They
Foles
won.
dude.
I know. That's where I'm getting at with the story is that the only time I ever bet on Tom Brady, he let me down. That's why I quit betting.
Okay, yeah. I was
Foles won
gonna
that
say.
as a backup quarterback.
I know.
Yeah, but they scored. Tom Brady got the ball back with like a minute 30, 3 timeouts. I've seen. You know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's gonna
It's
win.
over. You left him too much time. He's going to just go down the field. They're going to kick a field goal. They're going to win.
Yep.
I'm like, this is all right. I'm already calling, celebrating, calling my dad,
Yeah,
texting
like-
everybody. I'm like, take that. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Yep.
Strip sack. Game's over.
Oh.
And it's like,
Yeah, sorry to ruin your story.
So, yeah,
but
that-
I was just like, are you talking about when they beat the Falcons like in the last 5 minutes? Okay.
no. They,
So sorry he let you down.
yeah.
He didn't let me down, but it wasn't a big bet like that. I would never bet $100 though either.
Yeah.
That's where you went wrong. You got to give small bets. But
Yeah.
I only bet like literally once every year.
Normally the Super Bowl pools I'll do will be like 25 for a block or maybe 50 for a block or something. But I've done that a couple times, but I quit doing that too because like it's like 2 or 3 years in a row where I got like a 4 and a 7, which are like perfect.
Yeah.
It's always 24-17, 24-21 or 20 whatever. Those are good normal scores you get. And one year the Giants played the Patriots.
Yep.
And the very next year, I think like Peyton Manning was with Denver, and they got the brakes beat off of them by Seattle.
Yep.
It might have been back-to-back years, like 2012, 13, or something like that.
Similar, yeah.
Both of those games, the opening play of the game was a safety.
Right.
Oh,
They,
wow.
they snapped it over Peyton Manning's head, and then I think
was
Tom Brady got an
2014,
intentional
2016.
grounding back in the end zone or something.
I'm a Broncos fan. I remember.
Yeah, yeah.
Bad.
And Tom Brady got an intentional grounding. If you're back in your own end zone, it's a safety. So you get a 2 right off the bat. Like it's like 14 minutes in the first quarter. Now it's a 2, and that just took. You'll never get back on a 4 and a 7 sequence after that. Like it's a Super Bowl in the first play of the game, like back-to-back years as a safety, and just ruins the whole thing. I'm like, I'm done. I give
You're
up.
not a
with this.
betting man either.
No, I'm done. I give up. I'm wasting my time. Yeah, it's like a charitable tax write-off for me.
Yeah. Well, this was a while back on Facebook too. We also talked about you used to do a little bit of drag racing. You had a junior dragster for a while and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this video where this guy slammed on the brakes last second, and it like he lost. Like I was
No, he won. The guy that slammed on the brakes won.
Okay, I'm so effing confused.
Okay.
Break this down for me a little bit. Don't take the rest of the episode for it.
No, we'll do like a 3-minute quick.
Yeah,
All right,
you
so
do 5.
drag racing, first one to the line wins, right? Normally,
Yes.
first
Yeah.
one to the
That's
line
the
wins.
only way I know it.
Without red lighting,
Not
without
back
jumping,
racing.
without jumping the start. The first one to leave on time without too early to the finish line wins.
Okay.
So in theory, you need a really fast car, and that costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
So that just priced out 98% of people from participating in the sport. So
Fair
the
enough.
workaround is to do this. All right. We want to let anybody with any car, any budget, I don't care if it's a 82 Honda CRX hatchback, we want you to be able to race against John Force. We don't care. Anybody can race.
But why? That's so crazy.
Right.
Well, it's
racing,
normally
it's
normally not
racing
that.
time.
Normally the discrepancy is not that. They're all
Not
like
that
they're all
drastic,
race
but-
cars,
yeah,
but
yeah.
you know, it would be like we want to have a
More
match.
about the driver, not the car.
Right.
And the
So
money.
it's still so basically what you have to do is you have to put a dial in, or you claim how fast your car is, and I claim how fast my car is. And the first one to the finish line still wins without sandbagging. So it stops you from cheating. So if you say, all right, I'm making up times. We're doing a quarter-mile race. You go, I can do a quarter mile in 10 seconds. And I go, well, I can do a quarter mile in 9 seconds. So I'm going to give you a 1-second head start, assuming we're both honest. So now it comes down to reaction time and how good do we know our cars.
You've already said honest twice, which never happens in the racing
You
world.
sound like a lawyer.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what I'm saying. You're literally
So
like,
it's-
which prevents sandbagging. I'm like, what if you sandbag on your trial run?
Right.
You can do that,
You can.
but you run the risk of the. All right, so
Overshooting
it's
it by
the
a lot.
first one to the finish line without going faster than their posted time wins. That's the simple explanation. So what that stops you from doing is going, hey, I got a 2020 Corvette, so at 800 horsepower. It runs 13 seconds in the quarter mile, knowing damn good and well it runs 10.
Yeah.
So that I'm going to give you a big head start, and then you're just going to hammer down. I'll never catch you, and you win. That's cheating. So you have to put a dial in on your car, right? So
I understand what you're saying. It's almost like it sets at least a non-variable. It should, but you could sandbag on that. But then, if you beat your time,
You lose.
You lose for that.
all right, put it in oval terms. You want to race Chris Dotson in a 2-lap match race. Your U car is going to run 1680s. His late model is going to run 1480s.
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
say. If he came out there and said, "My late model can only do 1580s, man. I'm only going to spot you 1 second a lap," and then he blows your doors off. Well, that's no fun.
Right.
So basically, if that were the case, he would spot you 1 sec, give you 2-second head start in a 2-lap race, and he has to catch you without going faster than 1580 because that's what he said he can do. So if
Which
he's
is essentially, if I'm consistent,
so if
going
he's
to be impossible.
Right.
or he's got to be a wizard to slow his car down just perfectly to make sure he runs
1,000
1580 both
millisecond,
times,
right.
which is really tough, right? So he's going to be honest and say, well, my car's 1480. I'm going to say 1480. I'll give you a 2-second a lap head start, so 4 seconds. And if you run right what you say your car's capable of, and he
So
does
you
right
can-
what he's capable of, y'all should come across the finish line, bam, right there
So
together.
you can botch the trial, but then you got to botch the whole every race.
You can
after
dial
that.
in. You can dial in whatever you want to. You can say my car runs a minute in a quarter mile, and you could have John Force top fuel dragster if you want to, but you got to perfectly put on down the track, and if you run faster than your posted time, you lose.
Okay.
So what that kid did.
Yeah.
so-
break this down for me.
all right,
I understand
so-
the concept now, but how?
Right,
was
so that's the
he-
concept. So in
such an
theory,
ace?
if you got a big lead, right, you're getting down to the end and you're looking and you got a big lead. Doesn't matter if you win by a mile or an inch, you win, right?
Okay.
And if the penalty for going too fast is disqualification, then what you would want to do, in theory, was try to win by as little bit as you can to give yourself insurance of not going too fast and being
Of course.
disqualified. So if you're winning by a car length, right, maybe right at the last second, you would want to maybe lift and drag the brake and back up to him a little bit and just win by just a nose to ensure you don't go too fast. Because you don't. Why are you ahead? Are you too fast? Is he too slow? Did you get a good reaction time? He get a bad reaction time?
Especially live.
All you know is that when you leave the starting line, you go, all right, I think I got a good reaction time.
I got a good pass going.
I got a good run going. I know my car. This feels right. But you'd hate to win by 3 car lengths and run, 6.99 when you dialed in a 7 flat and get disqualified when you didn't need to. You could have just drugged the brake and ran a 7. You could have ran a 17.10 and just, it's no different than not winning by too much so you don't get disqualified.
So there's just an art.
And oval racing.
There's just an art to the sport of.
Right. Or on the flip side, let's say.
Not necessarily going as fast as you can during the trial, but also, like I said, making sure you don't go any faster.
It's like you in 2019 in a U car, right? If you're leading by a straightaway with 5 to go, you back up to the guy.
I don't do that.
You back up to him, you win by 2 car lengths, you make a show out of it, and nobody asks any questions. Or you win by straightaway, everybody's mad, they take your trophy and tell you to go home. It's kind of the same thing. But what that kid did is when they got down to the end, he wasn't going to catch the guy. So if the other guy was going to get to the finish line first, there was nothing he could do about it. So there's 2 reasons why. Either your car's running too slow, and he's running about what he's supposed to, he's going to beat you. He got a better reaction time than you did, and you're both running dead on, but his reaction time is why he's got a lead. Or you did everything right, he's running too fast, right? And that's why he's ahead. You don't know which one of these options is which. Oh, so if you're not going to beat him to the line, there's no need to stay foot in it and just drive on through there and go too fast and disqualify yourself for no reason. So
if he's not going to beat you to the line.
No. If you're not going to catch him, if I'm the faster car, I give you a head start, and I'm gaining on you, and I'm not going to catch you, and I know we're going to get to the finish line, and Ethan's going to beat me there by half a car length.
Yeah.
There's no incentive for me to just stay hammered down and drive on through there, because if we both go over our posted speed, whoever is the more egregious offender gets disqualified. Oh. Does that make sense?
Yes.
If you run 0.2 too fast and I run 0.1 too fast. Let's say you got a better reaction time than me, right? And we're both running 0.1 too fast. All things even, you would still be ahead of me by just a little bit when we get down to the end because you got a better whole shot jump than I did.
Yes.
So if I'm not going to catch you, if I jam the brakes at the last second, instead of losing by a
foot,
foot,
your win.
If I don't lose by a foot, I lose by 10 feet. And you drive on through there, and you're like, hell yeah, I just kicked his ass. I beat him by. You went too fast. You're out. I braked on purpose.
So if you're losing and you can't catch him, hammer the brakes.
Bail out. Yep. And that kid ran right up to him, jammed the brakes at the last second, and being that the kid was like 9, he just went way overboard. He, like all kids do, you tell them to do something, they take it to the nth degree. He didn't just drag the brakes. He just literally just threw the fucking parking brake out there. And it was funny because
the other kid was too fast.
And the other kid didn't look. The other kid should have saw that. The other kid should have been aware to see. Oh, he's going to drag the brake. I'm going to just slam on the brakes too. It's a big cat and mouse game in drag racing.
Very much. Jesus.
And when you get beyond the junior dragster stuff and you're racing the fast cars, you have you're dialing 4.5 seconds, 5 seconds. You got 5 seconds to leave the line. All right, his light. Was his reaction time good? Was mine good? Whose was better? Who's going too fast? And you got to put this whole kind of math puzzle together and then make a decision.
Yeah.
And it's a very. It seems like just 2 guys just going down there and oh damn somebody won, somebody lost, but it's very
technical.
It's a mental game. Yeah, it's a lot of skill to it, which is
skill
fun.
And then
because you see a guy who's got like a rusty El Camino that has 200 horsepower. And he's out here just destroying $100,000 race cars because his reaction times are dead on the money. He leaves perfect every time, and he knows his car, and he's got it dialed into where it runs the same. He knows when I say this car is going to run 7.832 seconds, it's going to do that, right? And you can hustle guys out of a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because these drag races, some of these things are like $100 to enter, and they're like $10,000 to win. And they'll go ride around the East Coast and race Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you got a couple buddies with $8,000 race car, and they just go out and hustle these guys.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
I like the aspect of it. It's just so you have to really know it to be able to understand it or appreciate it, I guess.
Yeah.
What's up, David? What's up, Wesley Farmer?
That was probably longer than 5 minutes, but
No, it's okay. If it needed more, it needed more. What's up, Susan? What's up, Kendall? What's up, Bo? I think I saw on there earlier. Kenny Allen was watching earlier. Patrick Boer.
I thought Kenny Allen was funny. He posted the the Wheel of Fortune thing.
Oh yeah,
The cool dude.
Yeah.
What are the odds of that?
I know. It's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
So what would you say? I asked you earlier. What would you say is harder between circle track and road course racing? I might have even asked you on the first show, but we're unprepared. What would you say is harder?
Oval racing, I think. It's more intense.
Really?
Yeah.
It's you're always close to somebody.
Yeah, and just what the etiquette is between the two sports is a big thing too. Like in oval racing, if I'm behind you and I'm faster than you and you're holding me up, not only is it okay for me to move you, but if I don't and I finish second, you guys think lesser of me. You know, You're like, what is wrong with this guy? Like, why didn't you just move him out of the way? Like, they think you're a wimp, you're no good, you're scared, you got your tail tucked,
That's my 2021 motto.
You know what I mean?
Move people.
Yeah, just go for it.
I didn't do enough of that last year.
Yeah.
I'm not points racing this year. So
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really. That wasn't my
road
motto
course
because,
racing was the motto.
I wasn't always so confident I could fight my own battles afterwards. I'm not
you got a lot of friends also.
I'm not trying to get beat up afterwards. So you got to think about that.
Yeah, no,
But,
I did, but I never thought about it in the car.
No, I mean, I definitely had plenty of people that had my back, but it's not a good look if I'm out there tearing people's race cars up and then have a team.
Well, you
of,
never known for that.
A team of people to fight my battles for me, but
yeah, you never known for that at all.
I mean, making laps, let's say like if you were going to go out there and qualify or run 20 laps in an oval track and just try to lay down a nasty fast lap or go to a road course and run a nasty fast lap, the road course racing's harder probably. You're shifting gears up and down, you're left and right, you're uphill, downhill, blind corners. Like at Dominion, you go off into turn one, the car gets light over the hump and lands. That happens like 9 times a lap on road course racing because they're not flat. You're up and down, you can't see where you're going. But when you're out there actually wheel-to-wheel racing, like the amount of room the road course people will give you is a lot more. What's etiquette? Like you can't move somebody out of the way in road course racing.
That'd be insane.
Oh, oh my God, you put a scratch on my car, and the stewards, that's a term you don't hear in oval racing. They're gonna come like, get out of here, y'all are done. That's
the stewards. What is that, like the game warden of?
Yeah.
We came from Enduros.
That's the NASCAR official, right? Yeah.
I
I just said that to be funny. Nobody calls them that in our series, but so if you're 8th in line and you're faster than those 7 guys, like. Just wait. You're gonna They're gonna let you go. Like
they're longer races, so the
intensity level's way down. If you were at Southside and you're like, this is gonna be a 300 lap race. If the guy's holding you up on lap 9, it's okay. Just wait.
You're even on 150. You're like, we're only halfway there.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna run this guy over. We're gonna bang wheels for it's
We've
okay.
got 5 more cautions at least.
Yes, yeah. So, but maybe the oval cars are a little bit easier to drive, but. If the field's under a blanket, the intensity level's cranked up. You got to go now. I get way more anxious before an oval race than I do a road race. Like if that's the litmus test. Like when I'm getting ready to strap in the car, put my helmet on, and you're like, man, you get a little jittery, a little nervous. Anxiety sets in, right? For me, I always end up having to go pee like right before the race starts every time.
I do it in the car.
Yeah, you're like, oh yeah. Chapman's raced like 5,000 races. He still is like, oh, my stomach's upset. I can't eat the whole day before. Like in road course, none of that's not the same feeling. It's like I don't know. It's like batting practice versus like.
Yeah.
I got a hole drilled in the bottom of my seat and in the bottom of the floorboard, so
that's the thing, right? It's like you don't have to go, but as soon as you get in, you're like, oh man, I gotta.
Yeah, I know.
It's like an anxiety thing. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess the intensity factor is
way up there.
But on actual, as far as the longevity and the actual like how hard it is to drive it, going through the gears and just the physical aspect of it, the road course is way harder.
Yeah, I think so. But I would think that oval guys would do better, and this is exact opposite. Well, no, I guess it's the same as what I said earlier. If we were to take the 50 guys that race on ovals that you and I would know around Virginia, North Carolina, whatever, and took them into Champ Car or some type of comparable
road
semi-pro
course,
mid-level road course racing where the cars are fast and it's competitive, I would put money on those guys to go do that than if I went and got 50 of the road course guys I know and brought them to ovals. They would be like, oh my God, this is
Hot take.
Yeah,
talking smack out
Yeah,
here.
they really would. They'd be running a lane off the wall, not want to bump anybody. They'd be all hesitant.
Yeah, that's true.
They'd be all,
They'd be so
yeah.
horrified. Really.
Yeah, they like what?
And practice would be too much for them.
Yeah, I've had guys tell me like, man, like, do you get dizzy doing that? Like, I would get like motion sickness.
When I first started, actually, I did a little bit. Not like dizzy, but like every time, my body would have to catch up to my mind would have to catch up to my body, one or the other.
Yeah.
It's like as I'm coming to the corner, the momentum would.
Yeah.
The G-force is like
That's
that.
all.
But
Well,
it's really
yeah,
not much,
you just
but
gotta
it's
like
enough to
That's
shake your
behavior.
head.
you gotta get your brain like sped up to think as fast as your body's going.
You got to do the Earnhardt lean and drive like this the whole time.
Yeah,
Head tilted over.
I think most of us do that, even if we don't think we do.
Trevor Stinson does it more than anybody. His neck is broken. Every time he races, he gets a new neck surgery, and his neck is like,
Yeah,
he's like fucking 35.
yeah.
He's got his Hutchins device
I
connected.
feel
to
like
the roll cage
the
on side.
amount that you lean should be like comparable to the banking of what track you're on. You know.
It's funny.
I actually lean. I'm like Yoshi
Ethan's
in
opposite.
Mario Kart.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he's
lean
got
the
race
opposite
face,
way.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I try to keep my head level with
It's
Earth's
this with a
ground.
You're like the gyro cam when you watch the NASCAR.
Yeah.
You're at Daytona and you're like this, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Trevor is more than the banking at Daytona. He's like,
Yeah.
hey, what's up, man?
What would he do if he did a road course?
Oh,
But that's why I do
Yeah.
it. Like like when I'm driving around in real life, or if I'm driving around in the snow and I'm like getting sideways back and forth, or doing something kind of like that. Like as my body's moving, I like to try to keep my head, like I said,
Yeah.
almost the opposite.
Yeah.
Like if anything, if I'm banking in this way, I like to keep my head this way. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. I feel like my head is like normal.
beautiful, Austin.
It's just normal to whatever
He's got a
whatever-
cool helmet, too.
wherever my body's at, right? It's just I'm not intentionally doing anything. I don't know.
It's just doing whatever it's doing.
Yeah, it's just doing whatever it's doing.
Yeah, and especially nowadays, now that I've got the full like harness and the Hans and all that kind
Yeah,
of stuff, it really
yeah.
doesn't do much, obviously. But
Yeah.
I just remember like I don't know, old videos and in general, like if I'm driving around in the snow, like I got my wife an S10 Blazer one time for a short period. I had a 5-speed.
Up derby truck.
Yeah, so I bought this 4-wheel drive Blazer and
Yeah.
rebuilt it, and so it was like $750
Yeah.
cheaper. And it started snowing, and there was nothing wrong with my truck. We were just like, yeah, let's take this, shit box out with the 4-wheel
Right.
drive.
Yeah.
And just as we were just whipping it around, I remember like, because the whole truck rolled so much. And my buddy had taken a video from the back seat, and all you could see was my big Yoshi head, like going the opposite way of the sway of the truck, like trying to keep my body, like my eyes level with.
If you were strapped into something
like
with real seatbelts,
Yeah,
yeah, you're
it'd
just
be a
trying
little
to,
different.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
Yeah.
still, it was funny just seeing like my whole body roll the opposite way.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just weird. See my neck trying to stay like straight with the world.
yeah.
Very strange. All right, so we got the bracket racing. I think
Yeah,
I understand it. I'm showing up with my Avalanche next week. I know exactly what time
I'm telling
I'm gonna
you.
do it. I will fuck you guys
When
up.
you show up to the racetrack, they give everybody
Work man.
you get 2 test runs.
Okay.
Just hammer down, run the car as fast as it'll go in both of those runs. Hopefully the times are very similar, and you got a ballpark,
You can guess them.
and then you go, and
think you
you
can be
get a
faster
good
than
reaction
someone.
time. You watch the guy next to you,
Oh, yeah.
and you try to win by as little as possible.
Yes.
And if you do those things, if you get really good lights, really good reaction time, you win by as little as possible.
Is that the style of racing you did? Is that why you
racing on
prefer
the
it?
computer back in the day?
Like what?
Nitto racing on the computer way back in the day. Do y'all remember that Nitto drag racing? on
I
the
don't think
computer?
so.
Y'all are way younger than I am. Damn.
Yeah, you're old.
Man,
Man.
I don't even remember that, and I grew up
We
with
used
you, bro.
to, in the-
Your high school, I was like
in
in
the
like
computer lab,
3rd
we used
grade.
to second
Yeah.
smoke that. It was tight.
See,
I think I know what that is though.
It's a real thing. You
It's
should
like
do it.
you get like a Fast and Furious car and you upgrade it,
Oh,
and
calm down. It was
That's
like
not
you
a
use the
smart
four,
phone.
it's drag racing.
Yeah, if you use the 4 arrows and like Alt and Delete or something to shift gears, it was tight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
In
played a game
ITTO?
kind of like that.
Huh?
NITTO, like the tires?
Yeah, seriously. And you can
Yeah.
smoke the tires.
I don't know if that's.
scrub
I
it
played a
right.
game kind of like that. I don't know if it's the same game or just.
It was Nitto.
It was a
free.
computer game, PC?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
We
a-
had it?
No, we did not.
No, you go on like a website and play it. It's not like you buy a
We didn't
disc
have
and
a
put it
computer
in.
back
It's
then.
like
We
a.
were poor.
Yeah. I was going to say, yeah, we didn't have a computer.
You and
I
I
grew
are
up
close.
with him.
You and I are similar in age, but
Yeah,
like,
we're like a year
you
apart.
never like
He's
when
like
you were like in
old
middle
man.
school and took like
Yeah.
I don't know,
We were poor as
like
people in
a
Vanderbilt. It was, we had no
wood shop class and like a computer lab or something. You didn't play
Yeah,
like
computer
mini
lab.
golf, like stupid games on there with your friends.
Right.
It'd be like a game like that where you'd go on like
Yeah.
miniclips.com and play like those
I
stupid
did
little
one
games.
time.
We had to sign into AOL for like 13 minutes.
Yeah, dial up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like pooping and peeing and stuff to get there. It was tight.
I did have one computer arts and graphics class where they were playing games, like all the football players and stuff. But
Yeah.
I was doing something else. I can't remember what I was doing.
Like
but
actually doing what the class was intended.
no,
probably.
because the football coach was the teacher, so there
that
was
was a
nothing to be
joke.
done. But I was filling my time with something I can't remember.
Yeah.
I think I was doing my homework for other classes, but either way, it doesn't
But,
matter. But yeah, it's still.
But that style of, I mean, I wouldn't say that style of racing's like my style. That's just how you like that. That's just the strategy to win.
appreciate it.
No, it's just the strat. Oh, like the actual tactic that I used in drag racing. That's just the way it is. Like,
but you did bracket race.
yeah. Well, 90% of my racing was bracket racing.
Yeah,
They
that's
had
what I was
they
asking you.
had the 10% of the time they had a division that was straight up run what you run. Fast car wins. And there were some rules, like there was a minimum weight requirement and like a carburetor rule and some things that you had to stay within, but it wasn't like the Wild Wild West, but those cars were way faster.
Yeah.
But like a normal drag race that you watch on TV, you think of as quarter mile. As kids, we ran the 8th mile.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want the junior dragster was a smaller, had 3/4 inch little small
now they
chromoly
run-
roll cages and stuff. Basically, the cage was rated for like an 85 mile an hour impact.
Yeah.
So they shortened the track up to ensure we didn't go over 85 miles an hour.
Well, now pretty much all street racing is done an 8th mile anyway, like street
8th mile.
outlaws
Well,
and
yeah,
stuff
but,
like
well,
that.
it's
so.
just you can get more runs out of an engine without having to turn through the
Yeah.
frame, and eighth miles got popular. So what we did was basically at that time. Everyday Joe Blows ran quarter mile. The really, really fast exotic cars ran 8th mile. And then as 8th miles become the norm, the really, really fast cars run a 16th of a mile.
What?
Not as kids.
It's the opposite
As
of what
kids.
you think, yeah.
So, like, well, think
that
about it.
makes
You got
sense, though.
you got an 85 mile an hour speed cap is what this cage can take.
Yeah.
So if I make the car faster, acceleration harder, I got to shorten the track up, or else you're gonna get way over 85
You're
miles
going
an
to
hour.
exceed the speed
So the everyday bracket racing was 8th mile, and most cars would run in the upper 7s, low 8 seconds, upper 70s, low 80s mile an hour at the finish line. But then if you wanted to have like this exotic, like super fast car,
Junior
it was
dragster.
it would hit 85 miles an hour halfway down the
16th
track.
almost.
So they would shorten the track up, and it was just a short little blast.
Pretty much the hardest part of driving a dragster or any drag car, in my opinion, which I've never drag raced other than on the road, is the light and the takeoff. Because once you're up to speed and you get through the gears, you're pretty much
You're
just
just
hanging
cruising.
on and cruising and just
Yeah.
getting up to speed or furthering your speed.
Yeah, for the most part, unless there's a lot of crosswind or something, it's
Yeah.
pretty much just holding steady.
But getting out of the box and then
Yeah.
handling the tire shake or whatever, especially in like a real car, like I said, they're
Yeah,
real cars.
I didn't deal with the tire shake stuff and the junior dragster things. We had plenty of pretty big slick for what we had.
Yeah.
My car, there was no feathering throttle. It was just you go.
Yeah.
But it was still fast though. I mean, it was. It made like 68 horsepower off of a single cylinder. It was like it was a three. It was like a 3 3/4 inch bore. Basically, it was like
Like
if
a
you
dirt
had
bike motor or something, motorcycle engine.
No, I mean they were purpose. They had companies that built them specifically for junior dragsters. It was a purpose-built engine, but it was basically 1/8 of a 400 cubic inch Chevrolet.
Donnie Gerard
Roughly,
had
right?
a lot to do with that, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean he.
What's up, Mary
We, did,
Bowles?
we had engine builders just like
Susan
you do now,
Martin.
right? Like you go to Rick and you buy a Grand Stock motor.
Those
Or
are
you,
Rick Duncan
you go to
one-cylinder.
Kowalski and buy a late model stock car motor, right? It wasn't like, oh yeah, like Chris Dawson's fast. He must be building his own engines, or I mean, maybe he does. I don't know, but I think he buys his motors from Rick. So I mean, there was big industry names within the drag racing community where you would buy engines, and it wasn't always
Just like
about
car
power.
racing now.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it was about, if you're bracket racing, it's about consistency. So it really doesn't matter how much power it makes. It's just, can I get an engine that will do the exact same thing every time? And if you get that, it doesn't matter how fast you go.
And then get a driver that's consistent.
Yeah,
out
if
the
you
box.
get good reaction times, boom, 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 and you get an engine and a car setup drivetrain that runs the same thing every time, it can be a $3,000 shit box, but you're still gonna hustle these guys.
So I know you raced an arena car at least once. Did you ever race any go-karts or anything?
I didn't. And my
Me
arena
neither.
car career was very short-lived, and
Yeah.
for good reason. I hated it. I don't know. I don't really get the.
I hated it.
I don't get the appeal. I mean, and I try not to be too biased. I mean, yeah, if you don't run well, you're gonna hate it. Yeah,
That's
if
anything, though.
you're competitive and you run well before, then winning kind of zaps most of the fun out of just participating in racing, as you guys both know.
Yeah.
When you never won, you're like, damn, I finished 5th. This was fun.
Yeah.
I finished 3rd, man.
Once
It was a
you've won.
good race. I ran door to door with this guy. But once you win, you're like, I finished 3rd. This sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like Chris Dawson said,
I hate
winning
this.
takes the fun out of everything.
It does. And by the time I
maybe
got to
so.
my arena racing career, I'd already had some success. I had the success with the drag racing. I'd run Grand Stock a couple years. I'd won a championship and, I don't know, 8 or 10 races or something. So when you go out there and you run like 12th, you look like a fool bouncing off of shit all left and right and hitting stuff. And I was like, this sucks. I hate this thing.
Ethan went and won a bunch of street stock races and should have won championship.
I would say I never even tried kart races or
Me either. Yeah, me either.
arena races.
Yeah, well, I mean, we did.
I had a yard cart. I had a
You know,
Yerf
I
dog
was-
or whatever.
I,
Alex, what was it?
You got beat by my son, dude.
What? Oh yeah, no, I'm talking when I was a kid. That was when
I
I was
was a
adult.
pretty,
Even more embarrassing. But I'm talking when I was a kid. We had that.
I was a pretty tentative, like, young kid. Like, at the age where most kids nowadays would start doing the go-kart thing, like 5 to 8 or something like that. I don't think I really showed much interest in it. I was pretty tentative. Like, I didn't even really care for, like, dirt bikes and motorcycle or four-wheelers and stuff like that.
You were just
I
doing
played baseball.
drugs.
Yeah, it was hard. Yeah, I didn't have time for that. I was running drugs, but
God,
yeah, I played baseball and basketball, whatever.
Yeah.
And
Running drugs, though, yeah.
I just was kind of tentative about that, and so I didn't really show much interest. So my dad didn't really push it on me. It's go race go-karts. But we had some family friends of ours that were big drag racers, and they had kids that I played on the same baseball team with. One was my age, and his older brother was a few years older than me. And so I went and drove one of their cars like one time for fun. Like, hey, man, like Friday night, we got like a tested tune. You can drive it one time, and we'll, and I was like, this is great. Once I did it. So I was like 9 or 10 maybe. So
You're like, I've won
my
a bunch
prime
of championships 8 years from now.
my prime go-kart years were all sopped up with the drag racing thing until I was 14 or something like that. And then I think at that time you had to be 15 to race U-Car. So the summer, my birthday's in August. So like the beginning of that racing season, 2008, Mike was running the Beretta, the primer Beretta.
Yeah.
And we started building my Cavalier, like that winter or whatever. But I had to wait until my 15th birthday was end of August. And at that point, Southside quit racing in like September, maybe first week of October. So I could only do the last 2 races of that year. And it blew up in practice. I think we blew a head gasket my first race. So I just watched it. Then the very last closing night, or whatever, championship night of 2008 was my first race. And at that point, there was like, it felt like there was 50 cars out there. It might have been like 25 or 28.
It's probably 30.
But I started wherever in the back, I'm sure, because they didn't qualify U cars. We drew
Us
or
either.
did points or something. I started pretty much last. I finished like 8th or something, and I had no clue what I was doing.
Yeah.
I was just, my dad was on the radio. He's like, just go high, go low, do this, don't follow that guy, follow this guy. And like I was, at the end of it, I finished 8th, and I had no business.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but
I think
I'm
I
not gonna
started
take.
second to last, and I finished last.
I had no. But you were also
good.
driving against a bunch of killers.
So mad.
Big
It's
heavy
like,
car.
God, damn
Yeah,
it,
Alex
Ringo,
lapping me on like lap 6. I'm like,
what's going on?
You're like
Where'd
Ricky
that
Bobby.
guy go?
Are those the other cars?
help me, Oprah.
Yeah.
We had similar equipment back then, but it was
Yeah.
literally his first race, and I
Yeah.
was in my
Yeah.
That was dog shit.
So I finished like 8th or something, and then then the next 2009 it was like my first full year, and I think I finished 3rd in points. Mike won the championship. Daniel was second. Dan Thomas was second. I was 3rd.
You had some tough competition back then.
I did. Yeah, there were some good cars, man. Michael Hall had that real fast. I guess it was Shadow, right? Or
What was that thing?
that Shadow? That thing was really
Was it a
fast.
Dodge? It was an
It
automatic
was Dodge,
Shadow.
yeah, and back in those days, like Frank
Dodge
Silva,
was
Frank
nasty.
Silva had the automatic old school Cavalier, was
Oh,
fast.
he was badass, yeah.
Rusty Bennett was fast. You had like Charlie Simon, who was fast back in them days. Remember that? It was like a
Old
Yeah.
school Cavalier.
there was.
Shout out Charlie Simons.
Yeah,
Somebody
you could
tag
go out-
him.
you could
Somebody
go out
tag
there-
all these people.
You could run second or think you qualify second and have a bad race and finish like 9th, like it was nothing back in those
Yeah.
days. And
Yeah.
I just wasn't
Because like you said, there were like 30, 35 cars.
and
maybe.
we inverted top 20 in points every week. So I would start, 15th to 20th, something like that. And you're like, all right, go figure it out,
Yeah.
And I'd get from like 15th to 3rd to 4th,
That's
almost
right.
win. I just wasn't ready. I wasn't aggressive enough. I wasn't
Especially for that division.
skilled enough yet.
That
I was,
division, it's a very aggressive division. You have to really.
Yeah.
It was a learning
You
curve.
had to
even
get
for
like
me
8
and
of
Alex
them on the
having to
first
go
lap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you got to really crush
Smoke
it.
people. Like, like smash him into the wall.
Kind of, yeah. Not even
Yeah.
into the wall.
Well,
but
the
just
first
use,
year I ran, he had
beat
he had an old Cavalier too. The very first year I did, he didn't have the white 12 car. He had, I don't even know if it was 12. It might have been like 04 or 06, 04.
Yeah, that's
It was an old school Cavalier, like a 92 or something, square body Cavalier. But I just wasn't aggressive enough to, I was 15 and racing against guys who have been doing that for a while. And then the second year, I destroyed that car at Langley. I just demolished it.
That's actually a funny story.
Yeah.
Lost my headphones entirely.
Yeah. You don't want to hear this one anyway.
No, I do.
Not one of my. Not one of my.
Scratch my ear. And
It's one of the lower points of my overall.
Funny. Yeah.
Yeah. We went to Langley for.
So what happened at Langley?
It was their championship night. To make matters worse, and
I think I heard this.
me and Mike went down there with Bud's cars, and I had the Cavalier, and I think Mike was driving at that time a brand newly built Sunfire.
Okay.
His car was a black number 59.
Yeah.
And I had my normal 87 Cavalier. We qualified second. I think I qualified second or third or something. Started up there in the invert area and was running second. Me too. Was running like second like the whole race. And the guy leading, he was in a probe. This was back when it wasn't just Cavalier only. It was
all kinds of shit.
Yeah, and this guy was, he was I was faster than him, but I couldn't figure out how to pass him. He was holding me up, and I wasn't beating his back bumper off. I tried the outside under and tried different things and just couldn't quite get by him. And then finally, with 5 to go, I was on his bumper, and I was I get inside. He'd run the middle of the straightaway, and he was starting to zig and zag and do some blocking and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I went in, coming to the white flag. We come down the back straightaway, the whole get a super wide arc into turn 3 and cut across the bottom, and I get an inch to the inside of him. I'm not there, but in my mind, I'm adrenaline's flowing. I never won a race before. I'm there. I'm sailing this bad boy into turn 1, and we'll deal with what happens when we get there. So I drive it into turn 1 down there, basically 2 tires across the apron down in the bottom.
That's okay though at Langley.
Well, back then there wasn't an apron. It was just some grass down there. So
okay.
My left front tire basically clips right at the edge of the grass pavement seam, and I get him in his left rear quarter panel and turn him sideways, and I kind of get a little sideways too. And if you get sideways in a front wheel drive car, if you stand back in the gas, it straightens out.
Mm-hmm.
So I stood back in the gas trying to drive through it and get it straightened out. But basically
him.
all I did was just basically steer back into him and just clean him out all the way.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time I aborted, we were 15 feet from the fence. I just drove in way over my head and just lost it. And I drove, basically head first right into the outside wall. We caught the, we hit there's a wall opening at turn 2 where you come from the outside pits in. We hit about right there. Just shoved the right front back to the firewall. It just totally destroyed the car.
Fast track.
Busted the car buckled. It buckled the roof, buckled the floor pan. The Lexan windshield busted out of the car. It folded the car up so much.
That bad?
Yeah, it was bad. You could see an imprint in the firewall where the right front wheel came back into the firewall where it hit.
Oh my God.
Not quite as bad as Cisco, I will say. Cisco's
not quite that bad.
He tore it up pretty bad.
Shout out to Cisco. Somebody tag him. What's
Just
up,
kidding.
Eric Swords?
But
again,
yeah,
Barry
it was bad. So, and then that guy, had he won the race that night, the way the cars were on the racetrack, would have been your track champion.
Oh.
And I'm just some dumbass kid who
From out of town, yeah.
Yeah, I just drove in there and took him out. So it was let's load everything up and get out of here really quickly. 'Cause there's an angry mob brewing.
Yeah.
And I'm just a
You were
kid.
I'll be out in the parking lot.
Yeah,
Pick me up when you're on the way out.
everybody. So I'm standing there like this, I got assisted out of the vehicle by that guy's crew guys.
Mm-hmm.
And once they realized this is a kid, we can't really kick his ass. They stopped. And
Yeah. I heard something
shout out to Jennifer Allen there.
He's 14.
Yeah, no, Jennifer.
He's 9.
She was in the.
okay.
Jennifer was in the infield taking photos and stuff of that night. She kept running out there They probably would have beat me up had she not said it because they didn't know. You're just in a rage of anger.
Yeah.
You're just like, I'm gonna just strangle this guy.
And you weren't some little tiny kid either. Like at 15,
I mean,
you
I
were
was
big
like-
enough to be, especially with a
Yeah,
helmet
I
on.
mean-
You look like a grown guy.
Kind of. I mean, I was like in 10th grade or something.
Close enough. Yeah.
Yeah. It
I'm
wasn't
saying
like I
you
was
weren't
a
one of these guys
bandolero
that-
kid or something, but
Like I got a buddy that was named Pee Wee up until he was like in 11th
No,
grade, so
no.
you weren't that guy.
no, I was the same size I am now, maybe a little lighter.
I got
but-
another one named Peanut. He was
Peanut,
like,
Pee Wee
yeah.
and Peanut.
Well, yeah, he was small until he was in like 10th grade. So yeah,
Yeah.
he was a small guy.
That was
So-
Anaconda or tripod.
But no, she definitely had my back, saved me that night because I was fixing to get my ass whooped by a bunch of big burly guys who were not happy.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
dad did that
Yeah.
one time.
They were pretty upset, and she was like, "Hold up, he's like 12. You can't beat him up." And then, so,
My dad
but that
was
didn't stop the
40.
fans on the fence from shouting very mean things at me.
Okay.
So,
Well,
but it
happened,
happens.
I guess.
Yeah.
Did Tina send you the NASCAR trivia? Yeah, also, if you want to go use the Lord's restroom, you can.
I do really bad.
Go back. Go for it. We got a little bit of NASCAR trivia up in here. Hopefully, I've actually got my own NASCAR trivia question for Austin once he gets back. It's a one that I learned from Kenny Allen. If he's not watching now, he'll probably catch up. But it's a good Earnhardt Sr. question, which I know Austin Dodge is a Jeff Gordon fan, but he might know a little bit about the black hat of that relationship. Also, too, are you looking at the answers? Are they any good? Some of the surveys are better than others.
It's
Not giving you the answers, not giving you multiple
not question
choice.
answers. It's just a paragraph.
Because I might Google something really quick and then let you and him face off.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah, I'll do it in a minute.
This is
You're good. No, I'm not worried about it. We also have. So I got to ask him a couple other things too about also what podcast he listens to, and also what his favorite not tracks are. But we asked him last time what his favorite local guys are. I think.
I don't know if you did.
I think we did. I think we were already doing that segment at the time.
Maybe did. He's a Chapman guy, I think.
Also, we asked you last time what your favorite drivers of each division were, didn't we?
He said Alex Ayers and
Huh?
Alex Ayers.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think I said.
Yeah.
He said Chapman.
I knew that we did.
He's a Chapman guy forever.
No, Chapman's U-car guy. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Oh,
So we'll completely expect that from you. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's.
I'm a Chapman fan.
Yeah. Also, on my this was episode 43 last time you were on here, I
Yeah.
said that I was going to do the bowlette, which would be a bowl mullet. And
Oh my God.
I've got
Please
it.
don't.
Well, I already kind of did. Well, I mean, I didn't do the bowl part because it's too hard to keep up with. What's up,
Yeah.
Patrick Murphy? But I mean,
I've
yeah,
had a
it's
mullet
there.
in the past couple years,
Pat
kind of.
Murphy,
Sort
Really?
what's up, Brad?
Well, I mean, if I wore a hat, it looked like one. My hair was the same length all the way around. It was just that kind of. My hair gets about every 2 or 3 years. I let it grow out way too long. But when you put it straight back and put a ball cap on, it kind of looks like a mullet. But
Yeah.
I don't cut it short in the front like the kids are doing
Nowadays, yeah.
My son does
No
that.
lines in
He
the
does
side.
super
There's no
front.
artwork cut
Yeah,
in
yeah.
there.
I got a
Yeah,
star
it's not
on my
like
right
Mount.
side.
It's not like Mount Rushmore,
He
like
said
Buzz.
artwork.
Yeah,
Funny.
yeah,
My son does the long front and like the short side. He's just
yeah.
I don't know. What's wrong
Yeah.
with the kid?
Yeah.
It's like a yeah.
He's 11. Dude.
fashion statements these
Yeah.
days. What's your favorite track of all time?
That you've driven or been
Driven. And then
Okay,
talk
yeah, we'll
about
say driven.
Ladder after that.
Circle track or Roval? Charlotte Roval.
Maybe the. I haven't honestly. I really have not done a lot of oval different places. Like
Yeah.
95% of my racing's at Southside. I mean, I ran at Langley like twice. I've ran a Dominion.
In Shenandoah,
I ran a
right?
Dominion twice. One race in a U-car, one race in a Grand Stock.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Dude, you
yeah.
were rolling in the Grand Stock.
I had a shot.
Oh, you
Qualified on the
big
outside
You did
pole.
good in both of them.
I qualified on the outside pole in the Grand Stock.
Yeah.
Inverted. Started third.
Y'all are going to do NASCAR trivia against each
Got
other.
by. Really, I pulled a nice move and got almost.
Dude.
I almost got by Reno and Landon down the front straightaway at the same time, and then he proceeded to drive right through me.
I know. I was so upset. I was
Which-
like, man, Bobby's gonna be upset. Dude, you had a nice move. You were hauling it. That was great, dude.
Yeah.
You were very smooth and it's God,
Yeah.
it was
I,
a nice race.
What I found is that at that track, I have a tendency to make it's like the Southside Speedway in me to make a
An aggressive.
a super late entry into the corner, right? Because at Southside you have to.
It works.
It
It
works
works,
it works
yeah.
for passing, But and at Southside it works great. It gets the car unbound up and gets it turned, and you can get back into gas. At Dominion, neither of those divisions, Grand Stock or U cars, are really fast enough or have enough power to where you really need to make that crazy wide arc. So you're just driving further than you have to, and I need to drive a little bit straighter into the corner, take a little bit shorter distance because I leave myself vulnerable to that duck under move.
I can't speak on the Grand Stock part of it, but in the U cars, I did learn this past year. Like, dude, it was a weird, it was a fun year, and we learned a lot. We were successful.
Yeah,
it was not a deeper into the corner, but a wider into the corner.
Yeah,
does that make sense? But
yeah,
it was not like you could.
I just felt like
you didn't hold the throttle as long, but you went way wider. And I'm not going to tell everybody's secrets, but you went way wider and just ducked down and just hammer.
Yeah.
That worked.
I was trying to do that, and what I found is when I would make that really late entry like that, most guys would see that lane and they would die. They'd stick their nose in there, and then I would chop across their nose, or they would just run over top of me.
Cars, there was a different tire compound, and it was completely different now. So we had because I ran on the old tires and the new tires, and it's a huge difference.
And I was also racing against some exotic ass Honda Civic.
Racing against that dude.
And then also Jesse Jones was in his Saturn, which was unbelievably fast.
But we set the times
and then,
now. We're actually the record setters now.
Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't.
I know, but
it's just the evolution of stuff. Yeah.
If you brought a Saturn out there now, you'd probably be way faster than
I think the one race that I did, it was back in 20. It was the first year the track was open. I think I qualified like a 1968, 1970 something.
Because I remember going, oh god, it's an 87.
Maybe it was. Maybe a little bit faster in practice or something.
1887 this past year.
An 1880?
Holy crap, dude! Yeah, seriously, it was like 1890 or 1880.
I mean, because I qualified wide open, never lifted. So y'all are doing y'all are a bunch of cheaters.
What?
Because the car, it's like I can't go any faster because
they had stock rims.
No,
they had Bassets,
I had Bassets, and I never lifted, and I would just sail it down in there, paint it right on the line, and. But anyway,
all right.
We had a backyard Bud Allen built engine, and I know you guys got the exotic Lewis Barr U-car engines and shit. So
me
or somebody, whoever's running 1880 in a Cavalier,
I had your engine, okay. The whole time.
That thing is being rebuilt.
It was.
No, we did good though. I think I ran second. The Pritt guy that had Tyler Davis's old car, maybe
with a Gigantor motor.
Yeah. I'd go in the corner and hang. He was number 22. It was the older Pritt. It was Ryan Pritt.
Yeah, that's right.
I'd go in the corner, and he'd be right on me, and I'd get through the center a little bit better. Then we come off turn 2, and he would just drive to the inside and up alongside. So.
Don't confuse two brothers. It's very offensive.
Yeah, it's very offensive. I got called Ethan by an insurance agent the other day. I'm like, no.
That is an intro. How would he know that? Yeah. How would he know you had a brother named Ethan?
Knows who Ethan is.
Well,
not who I am, but Ethan. Yeah.
No, it's the opposite for me. It's
Who's won more races between you two?
Him way more than I have.
He's got twice as many championships.
Well, no, I'm just talking about races, straight up.
Me.
Well, I mean, how many? Everybody knows how many races they've won.
I lost track a little bit.
Really?
I'm in the 20s. I'm like 24 to 26. 27 maybe.
Ethan's 28 or 29. I counted up one time. I'm at like.
I don't think of that many.
Ethan's done twice as many as I have, but I've got twice as many championships. I'm more consistent, but he's way better than I am skill-wise.
It helps driving for like Bud too.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah,
that pre-race prep work goes a long way.
I drove for Alex one year and got like 7 of my wins.
He did, yeah.
So I took Alex out of it. Yeah,
we
can double up on this.
Yeah. Those are half I got 3.5.
I've won.
Like 47.
No, it's not much more.
We noticed how Austin said. Every driver knows how many wins he's got. He's like, I've gotten.
I won 4.
You know he's won so many that it's dust in the wind for him.
He's got 3 U-car wins.
No, 4. I got 4.
Oh
yeah, you dirty bastard.
So
you yelled at me.
I won. I know each season, but I got to add them up. So
right.
I know that's my problem too.
Silver 8 car.
Well, I'll start with Grand Stock. So I won my first year Grand Stock. I won 3 races.
Right.
2011. Then I won 5. That's 8. And then we sold that car. I went modified racing for a year. We came back with Bud, and I won 10.
Right.
So that's 18.
Right.
And then I won 6 with Bo in the yellow 07.
Yeah.
So that's 24.
You say yellow weird.
He said yellow.
And then I won 2
Yellow
more.
Wolf.
And then I won 2 more. The next year it was a Woodfin wrap car.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 26 Grand Stock
Sounds
races.
like a half season you ran too.
Yeah, I got mad and quit.
That's okay. No, I wasn't trying to bring that up. I was just
Yeah,
saying,
yeah. I got my ass kicked
People
by
go-
half a lap, and then they said we need to pull your engine down. So I said, okay.
We'll just quit.
How about this?
Yeah.
We're done.
So you're
yes.
already at what?
So I won 26 Grand Stock races.
I was trying as hard as I could to make him lose count right there. I think.
26 Grand Stock races and 4 championships.
And well, how many?
And then I won 4 U-Car races.
Yeah, but how
won.
many road course wins do you have? Is that considered a championship when you win one of those races? Is that
No,
what you
no,
said,
they have a national championship separate from wins. They do a point system too.
So how many wins do you have
6.
in the road course stuff?
Yeah, 6. I think.
So you're at 36.
Yeah, 36 wins
I'm gonna
and
say everybody knows how many they have.
that's 36 wins and well, I won a bunch of drag races too, but I have no idea.
Oh Lord, yeah, we can't start
15
adding
or
those
20.
up.
I'm not counting that.
Probably more than
That's
that.
a
even.
set. Well, that's like I don't know. That's like a juvenile record. That stays sealed. That doesn't count.
To be fair, that'd be like a circle track guy trying to add up his karting races.
Yeah,
into it.
it's
Like,
different.
No, we can't do
So I
that
got
shit.
I have 36 full car wins
That's what I'm
and
talking about.
5 championships.
Ethan's got, I think, 28 or 29.
I don't think it's that many. I think it's like 25, 26.
Oh, close to fucking enough. I've got
I mean, whatever.
13 or 14. So he's
Three
got,
three is not like a big difference. 25, 28.
Right. He's got.
It's in the
I was
20s. I'm fine with that.
I-
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I've got. I mean, my U-Car, I've got
Whoever loses this NASCAR
7 U-Car wins.
trivia,
Oh yeah, the NASCAR trivia. Let's do that.
whoever loses it has to
So I'm going to figure out that. Okay.
I don't want
shot
to do that.
glass, a whole shot glass of the sauce.
Hold on. Karen
Oh,
said
I
Alex
was gonna say, it's got-
wins when he doesn't race against Ethan. Yes, Karen,
That's funny.
you're right. Alex gets more wins when he does not race. You know
Well,
what? You're right.
Damn, Karen.
I've
What's
lost
up, Arthur
to Ethan.
Sabera?
Gosh, I've lost to Ethan so much.
Well, when I lose to you if it makes you feel any better. So
How many?
It's
Okay,
a
another
rarity.
question, real fast, before
great
we go to
question.
that.
I know where you're going.
How many races have each of y'all won when the other was in the field?
how many 1-2 finishes?
Oh my God.
No.
Oh.
Just how many races have you won when you were racing against him, whether it was both street
Oh,
stock
dude.
with you, or vice versa?
Most of them have been 1-2, actually.
We've always been in the same divisions, other than when
Yeah.
I was in Grand Stock and
Yeah,
you
well,
weren't
there
even
was
in
a-
U-Car at the time.
No,
You
I
were-
wasn't. I was taking a year off. Yeah, so.
So pretty much all your wins, he was there, and all your wins, you were there.
2018, I owned the car, and he won 7 that year. I don't even race him, but if you take the street stock year of 2015,
I
Right.
guess yeah. That's true, but still,
I won 4, you won
once we started counting them up, like once they started getting consistent as far as wins, we were always in the same division.
Yeah.
Every time he won, I was like P2.
You held your fair share, though. I mean,
I did.
you sell yourself short a little bit. I think you.
Well, back to the Bud Allen, driving for Bud Allen. Back at the beginning, he was driving the saltwater taffy,
Yeah, I did well in that thing.
which is the
That's
car that
yeah.
it was the name of the car that he had, which was it was fine. It just
We
wasn't a
found
Bud
that
Allen
thing in
car.
the ocean, yeah.
Where did that car come from? It was the
Dude.
first year you did U-Car racing.
I bought
at
that
the
car
bottom of
from
the Chesapeake
Charlottesville,
Bay.
and it was I bought it from Charlottesville, but it was like from Virginia Beach, but Charlottesville is so rusted out. I put a motor in it from
Yeah.
Langley's.
You bought that 20 car.
Yes, and that motor was like 8
That
years
dude
old
was
at
that dude was
point.
wild.
Right, he was
That guy that drove that car
power-
was
he
a
had
little high
power.
strong, a little high
Yeah,
strong.
somebody tag him. Let's talk shit.
Yeah, there's a race.
What's
I'm
up,
pretty sure
Rodney
there's a race
Davenport?
where I'm pretty sure there's a
You got
YouTube
the fist
video.
fight, yes.
Remember that TM videos
I don't know.
guy?
Yeah,
Fist fight.
what-
Michael,
Taylor Maine.
Taylor Maine. There's a video where I'm almost positive he like went backwards or some shit.
Dude,
He did
yeah.
some wild stuff.
That was
And
Todd
when
Ruggles,
The car
but yeah.
got destroyed, but he had high water fire. So he got with it. But
Yeah,
I-
shout out to Todd Ruggles, who a few weeks ago on Facebook was throwing some shade my way. He said the last time that he painted his race car to look like me, he got hit on by a bunch of men. So that was
You were
that
mad
was
as shit about that, Austin.
that was not cool, man.
Hey,
Yeah, you
dude.
held your own.
I'm just kidding. Todd.
Hey,
He's a good guy.
No, he
He was just throwing some shade. That's fun.
But you won a lot of races. So
hey, the way I think of it nowadays, man,
I
especially in
rebuilt that motor,
2021, dude, if I get a fresh haircut and I got men and women hitting on me, I think I'm doing something right, okay?
what's funny?
If men are hitting on me, I'm like, I'll
let's
take
drop
it.
Back. So
Yeah.
that car that I won the championship in that turd with 0 motor and no wins, but it's super consistent.
Yeah.
That car is gonna be at Dominion tomorrow, and I rebuilt that motor.
Well, who's
wait,
got it?
who's
Well,
got
who-
it?
EJ Kenny bought it.
Oh,
he
why
got-
would you sell that? Why would you do anything with it?
He didn't sell it to
Oh,
me.
okay.
No,
I
yeah,
did.
it's been like 4 different owners now.
I
It
would
was-
blacklist
EJ
that
was
guy.
getting- Yeah, he was getting smoked.
Michael
by
Joyner.
Civic, and then my
That's his name.
ignition-
What's up, Kyle Wood?
Kyle Wood, my man.
His name was Michael Joyner. the
Michael
guy that-
Joyner. That was it. Yeah.
Okay, I feel like
We
I
got
know that name.
fist fight with a high water fire suit on the Terra One.
Do you want to play the way that we are, or do
Yeah,
you want
let's
to
do
switch
it.
seats?
We're good. I'm in the background. We're good. I can
right.
play.
He wants to lay low, keep a low
Yeah,
profile.
let me my
Yeah.
face scene.
All right, at Phoenix in 2004, Dale Earnhardt Jr. became the second driver to win his second consecutive race at this track. Who was the
Phoenix.
first?
Oh, you said at Phoenix he was?
Who was the first driver to win 2 consecutive Nextel Cup races at this track?
Kevin
At
Harvick.
Kevin
Phoenix.
Harvick.
Phoenix.
Probably Kevin Harvick. He's won like 11 in a row at that
13
track.
in a row or something.
No.
All right, so
Who
Dale
was the
Jr.
first driver to win 2 consecutive Nextel Cup races at Phoenix?
Dale Earnhardt Sr.
No, it's definitely going to be.
All right, multiple choice. It doesn't give it to me, but
Davey Allison.
Hurry up.
I'm going to spit it out. Dale Earnhardt Sr., Davey Allison, Alan Quickie, Kevin Harvick.
Alan Kulwicki won there and did his Polish victory lap, but I don't know if that was
That
part
was
of a back-to-back or not.
Or that was like
And Kevin Harvick
That was like
the
87
final,
or
Kevin
something.
Harvick was the final option.
The
I'm going to
fir-
say Kevin Harvick because he's like the Phoenix champion.
I'm going to say Davey Allison.
I got a
But I
Phoenix.
re-
on- I got a
Bam!
Phoenix on
Davey
the-
Allison.
Kevin Harvick
Alex has
Harvick
to do
won
9
there with like
shots
the
of hot
BF
sauce.
Goodwrench car, like in the beginning,
I'll drink
but
that.
then he kind of went on a hiatus for a while. He
They
didn't.
can't see you doing it.
He didn't start dominating there again until they repaved it.
Alex never drank. He just said, "I'll drink to that," and he never drank
Don't
anything.
saw me drink.
You don't have to drink. You
That's a
won.
Pepsi.
It
No,
was
I-
Davey Allison.
I need to make another one.
You want to switch seats?
No, well, yeah, we can.
I mean,
Are y'all gonna? I don't want to do hot sauce, but y'all can do it.
I'll do hot sauce.
I don't really want to do it, but if it's I mean, I'm not gonna let that deter me from playing trivia. So let's go.
We're doing hot. Like,
A native Kentucky, as a. The questions aren't even written
you can't
correctly.
even read, Austin.
No, it's not that.
A Kentucky native? What are we trying to say here?
A native Kentuckian.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it says. A native of Kentucky, I won 84 Cup races during my career. I was known as Jaws because of my penchant of
This
gabbiness.
is pretty easy.
Can you name me?
I know the answer, but I don't want to ruin it. Come on, Jaws should have given it away. Yeah, who's like one of the goats in NASCAR that never stops talking? No.
Sounds like Austin doesn't need a.
I know this one.
Yeah.
I know this one pretty good.
Goats in NASCAR that never stops talking. Tony Stewart.
Nope.
84 Cup wins.
Yeah, I mean, that's
And Tony Stewart's not from Kentucky.
he's not from Kentucky.
Just retired from the broadcast booth a couple
Darryl
years
Waltrip.
ago. Yeah.
Would
It's,
you say?
it's DW.
DW.
Yeah, it's DW.
Yeah, it's got to be Darryl Waltrip. He did. He won like
84.
11.
I know a lot of stupid NASCAR trivia stuff.
I'm learning it. I used to play the NASCAR games.
He's got 84, and I think Bobby Allison's both got 84. So I knew that.
Yeah.
I'm a Jeff Gordon fan, so like when he was like passing those guys, that was like a big deal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Who won the championship in 1994?
Oh, I know that.
That was Jeff Gordon. That was his first championship.
Nah.
No, it was.
The end of a dynasty, not the beginning of a dynasty.
So that would have been Dale Earnhardt. Yeah.
Dale Sr. That's his last one.
Because what was 95 or 96 was
95 was Gordon's first.
Okay, so 94 was the last. Well, no.
94 was
97 was the last Dale Earnhardt.
No, 94 was.
97, are you sure?
Jeff Gordon won like 95, 97, 98, and like 2001 or 2.
Final answers?
We're tied.
It's Dale Earnhardt.
We're tied right now.
Are y'all tied?
Yeah, we're just going to call it
I don't
tied.
remember. I was
Yeah, he
saying-
got the. Yeah, he said Dale. I heard him.
And Darryl Waltrip.
Yeah, but there was one you got wrong that he got right.
I never got it wrong, dude.
Okay.
I won that. Hey, Mike Rudy, I found some race fuel. Sorry, buddy. I was supposed to come pick some up from you, but I found some at Styles by Right. Five.
Patrick Murphy knew it too. He said DW.
Patrick Murphy.
Pat
you're-
didn't know
you're a
that.
cheater,
Thanks for
Pat.
Pat.
Pat waits
for,
after we said it.
Thanks
Comment.
for Pat for being a top fan, by the way.
Pat, I had to stop you from beating my dad's ass one time, dude. Chill out.
Yeah, there was fistfights amongst the. This
Serious.
does this mic work? Have we hear?
It works, dude. We can hear you. Pat, calm down.
How many times were Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt Sr. on the track together in the same race?
How many starts do they have together?
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
It's got to be
multiple-
300 and something, probably.
Yeah, multiple choice.
Multiple choice.
Yeah.
258, 302, 358, 402.
I'll say 358.
Gordon ran like just a skosh over 800 races,
There's a lot. But Dale
and he
died.
ran from 93 to.
Patrick.
I'm gonna say 358.
I said 358 too. But Patrick Murphy.
I'm gonna say it's a little bit less than half of
Patrick
his
Murphy,
starts.
yes.
You gotta get closer to the mic, Alex.
Patrick Murphy, yes. I had to stop you from beating my dad's ass one night. Yeah, you remember the night.
The last time I was on the show, I could hear myself talk through the headphones.
I can
don't
hear
that
better
tonight.
on this. 358.
that
They
is-
would have let us know if they couldn't hear us by now, but
Yeah.
I can't hear myself through this mic as well. I don't want to get into logistics.
I used to be able to hear a slight playback through the headphones.
think-
I think that's a bad thing.
I think Pat was saying it to be Pat.
Funny.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I called him Raymond for a long time. That was
It's
my
not
bad.
Raymond.
Yeah,
dude.
I agree with Mike. I think 358 is right.
358. That's right. We
So
both
it could
agree.
be a little bit
I
less
said
than half.
first, so
Nine hot sauce shots for both of you. 258.
Really?
Yeah.
we're 100 off, dude.
Well, they did race less in the 90s than they do now. They used to only
Bunch
run
of
like
chumps.
28 or
That's what it
30
is. Bunch
races.
of chumps. That's what it
The
was.
first race that they were together was in the 1992 Hooters
Atlanta
500.
500.
I know that. Yeah.
That's
The
like
last
the
was
day,
in
the race of all races.
Yeah,
Right.
and then the last was when he passed.
Yeah.
01. Did I get a point?
No. Okay. My first top 5 finish came in 1973
Oh my gosh.
National 500 at what is now Lowe's Motor Speedway. I never won a
Charlotte.
Cup Series race despite making 303 starts in 24 years. I was the oldest driver at age 48 to ever win the Rookie of the Year award at NASCAR's Top Series. Who am I?
Matt DiBenedetto. I love
All
you.
right, so he won what in 1973?
He won nothing. He was
He had his first top 5 in 1973, and he won Rookie of the
At
Year
Charlotte.
at 48 years old.
God, he was old. I'm gonna say what was that old dude's name? Shit.
Man.
God,
And he
was
raced for
old as
23
dirt.
years.
She was born like 1912. Titanic
No.
was still around.
Nah, he was probably born in the 30s anyway. I assume he won Rookie of the Year around the same time he got his first top 5 in the 70s.
Almost had to have.
So he was an old dude in the 70s.
Not Norm Benning. Who's the other?
No, he's going to be way older than that.
Way
It's
older.
going to be like a Dave Marcus or something like that.
Shit.
Oh, it looks like what's up again?
Dick
Patrick
Trickle.
Miller. What's up again? Or
You
know
what?
what?
What is up again?
No,
Donnie?
Dick Trickle.
He could. That could be for real though.
I agree.
I don't think
It's
Trickle.
your-
I don't think Dick Trickle ever won a Cup race.
It's your dad, man.
I think Donnie was just calling one of you. That
I really
name.
don't think he. I think he's
Oh,
not
he-
Dick Trickle. I think he is. He calls me that every day.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Actually, he calls me Richard. He's very.
No,
No,
name-
not in Gerard.
Is your name Dick
Yes,
Dodge?
yes.
yeah,
See,
he's very polite. Dick
I-
Dodge.
Trust me, Donnie. I knew the whole time. I was trying to throw him off. I knew it was Dick Trickle.
Is that right, Dick
I got it
Trickle?
right,
Yes.
dude.
Yeah, yeah,
I've got the answer.
So me and Austin are still
Yeah.
tied.
yeah.
Thanks,
All
Donnie.
right.
R.I.P. Dick Trickle.
And
Two-
the fact that
2000 NASCAR Cup champion. Who is it?
2000.
Matt Kenseth,
Bobby
he was
Labonte.
02 too. 2000 was.
2000's Bobby Labonte.
I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. 2000. No, it was Tony Stewart.
It's Bobby Labonte. I promise.
I don't know. I think Bobby Labonte was 01.
Jeff Gordon was that one.
Shit.
It's Bobby Labonte.
It's Bobby Labonte.
That's ridiculous, Austin.
I know them all, man.
You have too much time. on your
I didn't
hands.
know the Dick Trickle one. I really didn't.
I did because your dad told
I
me.
would have said like Mike Morgan. No, Morgan Shepherd won the Daytona 500, so it wasn't it. No,
Patrick Booher said something about Morgan
Morgan
Shepherd.
Shepherd.
not Morgan.
Yeah,
Who
he
won?
was a
Who won the
decent
Who won the
guess.
500 when Dale Earnhardt hit that?
I think it was Ethan Ayers.
He
dude.
blew a right front tire on the last lap, and he went up the track. Was it Morgan Shepherd or was Derek Cope?
Derek Cope
Derek
is
Cope.
trash.
One of those guys won the
I
500
hope he's watching. I'll
for like the
smoke you
Wood
about
Brothers or somebody like that
Oh.
when Earnhardt blew a
it. Oh,
tire.
shit talker. Derek Hoke. He can. He
Did
can
we-
Yeah, yeah. More no.
We still have the cowboy hat backstage. Everybody like that?
Dan Rogers. I hope you get your car fixed, bro.
Well,
I'm not. A
we don't know
cowboy.
what's
I can't
wrong
wear-
with
I can't pull that off.
I hope it's good.
I think it's the kid size too. We can try it, but
Like
Well,
Woody
Dan
from
Rogers
Toy
can
Story.
fly it.
All right, what's your next one?
all right, I'm ready.
God.
In what year? What year did Red Byron, Ray Ickerson, and Fred Mundy and Bill Blair all claim a spot in the top 10?
60.
19.
Dude,
You
six-
said Red Byron.
Yep.
He was the
68?
very first Cup champion, I think.
Yeah.
So 1948, 9, 50, something like that.
You got to pick one.
I'm going to say 47.
I'm gonna say 1950.
I'm going to say 47.
I don't even think NASCAR was a thing
No,
in
no,
47.
you're right. Southside was.
All those-
I'm 49. That's where I'm at.
49 was the first year they did a Cup. Or
49
Grand
final
National
answer.
or something.
What was it?
I'd say 49 final answer.
49. I think we both agree with
Oh,
that.
Y'all are
second.
some bastards. Y'all keep on having the same answer at the end of it.
Were we both right, or were we both drinking hot sauce?
You're both wrong.
We should-
No, you're both right. No,
That's
you're both
awesome.
right. No, you're both right.
1947. They were still
You have
they
to
were
drive-
still
you have to drive
fighting
this,
Japanese
hey.
or something,
You
right?
gotta- yeah, you got to drive that your next road course race.
Oh.
Damn,
Ooh,
that
that's
thing-
not going to turn very well. It's
You
not going to
should've-
stop very
You
well.
should have seen the real version of it. It was
Hey,
like
there was
regular
one
chip
Trans Am that raced with us a few years ago that was super nasty.
That
Had-
thing was not.
Had like a Chip Ganassi Cup engine in it, and
God.
yeah, it was a rocket ship down the straightaway, and then could not turn, but it was so fast it didn't matter.
Jesus.
In what year did David Pearson earn his 100th career?
1971.
No, it was
Cup
after
victory.
that. 100th. 1981. I don't know that for sure.
We're just going to go closest.
That's fine. I
It's
guess.
actually, actually 74.
I'm gonna say it's the early 80s because he was still winning a lot in the 70s. It's the early 80s.
Pick a year.
74.
I'm gonna say 81,
Austin's closer.
Fuck Austin.
78.
78. Damn,
By 1 year?
What?
it's like Price is Right, man. You busted, I win. Doesn't matter who's closer. You went.
I
You
don't
went
like
the other
busting
way.
early, dude.
Oh, God. How old was Jeff Gordon when he first competed in his first Cup race?
22.
He was 71 to 90.
Jesus Christ. This is an Austin Dodge question. This is bullshit. I think it was 22, though.
He was in his first Cup race. He was 21.
I think it was 22.
He was 21.
21.
Yeah.
God damn it. This is
Don't-
geared
if
toward
it-
Austin.
If it's Jeff Gordon, I know it. So I'll exempt myself from Jeff
Can we
Gordon
go to, like,
questions.
Kyle Busch being cool?
I'll take American history
All right.
for 400.
For real.
Which small Midwestern town in 2003? Or no, which small Midwestern town did Matt Kenseth come from?
Oh, my
Oh, he's
goodness.
from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin,
I don't know
yeah.
where at Wisconsin.
It's
His home
definitely-
track is Slinger Speedway,
Yeah.
wherever
Yep,
that
It
is.
is Wisconsin.
It's definitely
Madison?
Wisconsin. Madison, Wisconsin, yeah.
Maybe?
Starts with a C.
I don't know. It's
All I
definitely
know,
Wisconsin.
I know Madison and Green Bay. That's all I got.
It's very
Wisconsin.
hard. Cambridge.
Cambridge, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
All right,
that was in
last
England.
one. Last one, then we got to wrap it up.
I think
Okay.
Austin won this, but
That one's too
Cambridge,
easy.
yeah.
That one's too hard.
He was a badass
Some
super
of
late
these
model
are-
racer.
Yeah, some of these are really hard. Some of them are crazy easy.
Kyle won.
More
the-
Jeff Gordon ones. Let's keep going with those. I'm feeling those.
Yeah.
Give me
I know.
Ethan Ayers questions, dude.
In 2014 at Southside Speedway. He
Ethan
was
didn't race that year, so we'll win that
Or
one,
whatever.
too.
2018.
2015, Ethan won 7, yeah.
My grandfather is the king. My dad is the prince. I guess that makes
Petty.
me the butler. Who
Petty.
said this?
Lee Petty.
He said his dad was the king. No, it was
Y'all interrupt me.
Kyle
later.
Petty wasn't the prince of nothing. He sucked.
He was the
so,
prince of fucking
uh,
long hairness.
yeah, a prince of Hot Wheels or something. I don't know.
I don't want to laugh so much, but I have to.
Dude, he's coming on the show next week. Chill
Damn,
out.
fucking Kyle, dude.
Damn, we got Kyle Petty on here next
He's low
week.
grid, bro.
Man.
I mean, you almost had to say Adam Petty, but he's dead as shit. That's rude, but
Maybe Adam Petty said that. I mean, who else
Maybe
would
he
say their
did.
grandfather's the king?
nobody.
Dale-
Wait a
Dale-
minute.
Dale-
Austin Dillon.
Well, his dad is the prince of what? Because Mike
Prince
Dillon,
of fucking
Mike Dillon
losers.
was like over. I mean, he did
They're
some
a bunch
test
of
driving.
basketball.
He's
I
not
know.
very. He's kind of
He's the
stupid.
prince of losers. I'm still going to go back
Dale
to Adam
Jr.'s
Petty.
daughter. What Dale Jr.'s daughter's name? Maybe she said that.
She's like 3.
What's the final answers?
I'm going
Adam
going
Petty. Adam
yeah.
Petty's the only one that makes sense.
Adam Petty.
Yeah.
But his dad ain't the prince of nothing. Kyle Petty
All right,
sucks.
Prince
One
of
more.
fucking faggotry.
He's a prince of backing perfectly good race cars in the fence for no good reason.
Who is known?
God damn. And you know what? I'm not going to fucking talk
Hey, he
about
tried to
that.
kill Davey Allison that one time. Kyle Petty.
Yeah,
He
fuck-
did. Also,
okay.
yeah. He sent him out of there in a freaking helicopter.
Adam died.
Yeah.
God, that's so bad.
The helicopter giveth, it taketh away. Sorry, man.
Whose final win?
Fucking horrendous karma.
Whose
Dude.
final win was in Talladega? Was number 76 of his career?
Dale Earnhardt Sr.
In Talladega?
Yeah. They show this on Facebook every 3 days for some reason.
Definitely Dale Earnhardt Sr., but
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he tied.
All right. Here's a hard one. Last
Dale
one.
Senior.
I said last one.
He went from like 23rd to first on like 2
Hey,
laps.
Kendall.
After Michael Waltrip-
Kendall, Kyle Busch is always cool, just so you know.
Yeah, I've got a stand up of him
Yeah.
over here.
I gave it to him, Kendall.
He's really cool
Calm
in
down.
this studio right now. He's actually
You're a
here
Denny
with us.
fan, and he's.
Yeah,
like-
she thinks
Oh,
we're
no,
talking about
Denny
Kyle Busch.
Ha-
We're talking
oh,
about
no.
Kyle Petty.
Denny
She's
Hamlin likes
confused.
other boys for a living.
He is sponsored by Jordan Brand, which is pretty tough.
That is true.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, that'd be
He's
tough.
got the
be
coolest race get up of anybody.
Kendall, you
out
did
there.
do great, by the way.
After Michael Waltrip won the 2001 Daytona 500, which driver has
Earnhardt
gone?
died.
What?
Which? Okay, guys, let me get through this fucking question. After Michael Waltrip won the 2001 Daytona 500, which driver has gone the longest without winning a NASCAR Winston Cup race?
Michael Waltrip.
No, because he won the 500 again, and he won at Talladega. Are they still? Does it say if they're active or not, or anything like that?
Not active.
So after that race, who has gone the longest without winning?
Well, I know Dale Earnhardt hasn't won since then.
God damn, dude.
Hot take. Well, cold take, I'll say.
Wow, that was
I'm gonna if we're talking about active. All right, if we're talking about active racers, I would say that
Okay, which driver was active
Jesus Christ,
after
dude.
that race, but not active now?
Oh my God.
I'm gonna say that the driver that
Junior
raced.
download better not see this. You know what I'm saying?
They don't want me on there anyway.
That was bad. Oh my God, I'm crying. Oh my God.
Some of the stuff you said about Kyle Petty was pretty egregious. I'm not gonna lie.
Adam Petty he died, dude.
No, I think it's hilarious. Trust me, I got
The-
the darkest.
Hey, Sterling Marlin.
I'm gonna say the driver that drove the longest after that point that still hasn't won is probably Ken Schrader.
It's not active now. Active
Ken,
after.
Ken Schrader ran until 2 or 3 years ago, and he never won again. I'm gonna say Ken Schrader.
I have no clue because I'm crying. I don't know.
It starts with an R, the first name. Rick something.
Rick Hendrick? Oh,
No, Rick Mast?
Rick Mast?
No, he's way too old for that.
Richard.
Rick.
Richard.
It's Rick
Richard
Mast.
Cisco?
It's
Is
Rick
it?
I
Mast.
said Rick Mast.
Rick Matt?
You
He's
said it
number one
after, right
goals.
after he said it.
I said it right for him. Rick Mast.
I wouldn't have
is
known
number
that
one
though. I know Rick. Yeah, but I mean, he probably ran from like 01 to like 2005
Hey,
or
guys.
8.
goal. Richard
or something.
Cisco would have broken that bitch
Hey,
at East
I didn't
Southside.
come up with these questions.
Yeah, we'll say Richard. Oh damn,
you mother-
Rick Cisco. Oh man.
What's up, Wesley Farmer? Yeah, somebody.
You know what's funny is that I had today, right, is opening weekend. My Facebook memories today from 5 years ago, I won in that silver car,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Awesome.
And you,
I
Mr.
didn't
Alex
know that.
Ayers,
Yeah.
commented on a photo of mine because I see all my memories. You commented 2 years ago, so this was 3 years after the photo. The photo
Yeah.
was 2016 when I won. In
Right.
2019, you left a comment on my photo saying, "Damn, Richard, way to go, buddy. R.I.P." Because I'm pretty sure the car he destroyed was that car
Richard Cisco destroyed
later.
that car. Yes,
So
he did,
that was
yeah.
pretty mean of you.
Michael Parker's driving that car. Michael.
Like that car? There's no way that car is anything.
Oh
anymore.
yeah. Well, the body is. We reminisce about that.
Yeah,
but
that was mean, and it wasn't as funny as his jokes. So you got to be funny when you
You
make the
fucking
mean
destroyed Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s legacy.
No,
but-
that was a good joke.
Dude,
Like I said, I got the
The
darkest.
only thing on that Cisco car,
I'm
it doesn't.
crying.
That does
I'm
not
still
count. So somebody's using the rear sway bar off of Cisco's car. That does not mean that car is still
No
racing.
way, dude. That thing was bent into a pretzel. That thing
Yeah.
is done, dude.
Yeah, it
That's
happens,
Cisco's old car.
Full send, turn 1.
God.
Full send, bro.
Jesus
Melt
Christ.
bros.
No,
Yeah.
Jimmy Parker is running that motor, transmission, suspension, everything. He's running that thing at Dominion
Okay.
right now. But
I mean, I know those things you can kind of cut them off in the front and do a
we're
transplant.
gonna call it
keep
the same
going.
car, but yeah,
We
it's,
did the green BMW right here got
dude,
tore up real bad
that's
one
destroyed,
time,
Yeah.
and basically was like cut it off in front of the strut towers and a transplant, and it's won 4 or 5 races.
I can.
So you
I've-
you said that one got bent up a bunch of times.
Well, it's that car. I think. I mean, it predates me racing with those guys. I think that's been a race car since like 2013 or 14. So in terms of like hours on it, it probably has 200 or 300 hours on it, like in like boat engine terms. I don't know about mileage, but
Yeah.
we race 8, 10, 12 hours at a pop, and it's probably raced 100 times.
That's my final question in boat engine terms. That's rich people talk. I say lawnmower engine because that's what tracks hours in my reference.
I never owned a boat
Hours
or
are
a
hours,
lawnmower,
dude.
to
Time
be
does not
clear.
change, just saying.
I have a push mower.
Yeah. Fair enough then.
That's got Austin hours.
We
on
stand
it.
corrected. What was Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s boat's name?
Oh,
Shout out
man.
Kenny
I
Allen.
thought you were gonna say his last
His
final
boat's
wish.
name?
His boat's name. It's not
think
on
it's-
there. Nobody look.
I
This
was
is
hoping.
Kenny Allen gave me this information in his garage.
I would say Teresa, but I hope not.
Hope not, and it's not.
Jesus.
Yeah, that company sunk like a freaking Titanic after he was gone. So
Nobody's gonna guess
hopefully
it.
she has nothing to do with boats.
Yeah, nobody's gonna guess it.
Hashtag living
No, but
another day.
is it like don't give it away, but is it like unguessable probably?
Kind of.
Kelly?
Sunday money.
What?
Sunday
That's
money.
tight.
That's kind
Yeah,
of
it's
cool.
big
That's
boat.
tight, dude.
He can win races on Sunday and feed the cows on Monday.
That's tight.
And go
Sunday
out
Monday or Sunday money?
on Sunday money.
Yeah,
Okay.
Austin Dodge used to
But he
win
also had
on
a famous
Friday
saying.
and like pay his electric bill on Saturday.
Nah, I was
He
still
was
in
always-
college when I was winning a whole lot.
He's like, I don't win shit, dude.
That
We,
was part
we
of
went,
my.
went on Friday and go to Waffle House shortly after.
Yeah,
I couldn't even drink beer then. Yeah.
No,
He's like
I
that was
couldn't.
part of my. What do you call it? Your.
I was
you-
making college tuition
Yeah,
payments.
I'd say
I
that
had
was part of my
Sunday money,
tuition.
Yeah.
Gerard said it.
to
Sunday
I had to
money.
buy a textbook.
Damn, Donnie did know.
All
it.
these old cats, they know what's up.
Donnie
Yeah,
knows it.
he knows a lot. He's
Yeah. Every time Donnie catches
Patrick-
me in the corner
I
in
say
the
Patrick
office,
Boone
he's
there,
like,
too.
hey, man. We talk for like 30 minutes.
All right. Well, Is it anybody doing the hot sauce? I don't blame you if you don't.
I mean,
not doing
slab.
it.
I don't
Let's
wanna
do
just
it.
eat
grab
it,
one.
just-
Just grab one, Austin. We'll do it. A
All right,
dab
I'm not
each.
doing the one that says
Baby's
hairy
bottom.
ass on it. I'm gonna skip that one.
Dude,
Yeah.
you gotta have hairy ass. Do it.
All right, we did the last one when I was here last time.
It wasn't that one. It wasn't the
This
scorpion
says
pepper.
the last one.
The last
Last
dab.
dab. Grab me a beer.
The last dab. I'm pretty sure you told me that when I was here last time, it was the hottest of. Do we have anything to put this on? Food related?
You just put it in
I
your
can get a
finger.
chip. But
Grab a chip.
I mean, I'll just do whatever, but a chip would be cool.
yeah, no, Alex, move that mouse real quick.
I need to
That mouse real quick.
make another drink real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
We'll do that, and we'll do a chip, and we'll just be done.
But yeah, I don't know what we
going
did
if you guys
last
want to.
time. I know what the hottest one is if that's what you want.
Yeah, we should try that.
Okay, he said if we're gonna do it, let's
we're
do
going
it.
for real, let's
You're
go
not in the
for
mic
real.
anymore. All right, well then we'll do the Wicked Tickle
The wicked.
Triple X, and I'm not doing it with them because I'm on hiatus against the hot sauces. Last time I ate a hot sauce in here was with BJ, and I drank 9 beers afterward, and I got shit faced. And
Certainly don't want that.
I don't want that. And Alex has to race tomorrow, but he's still doing the leap
Dude,
of
every
faith.
time I've gotten I have to work in the morning, and then I have to race. Dude, the first time I won last year, to me,
Well, that's the thing is you've only drinking
bored.
1 or 2 beers, but after this hot sauce,
Exactly.
it's going to be 6 of them.
Correct.
That's my problem. Not mine. It's your problem.
You want like some Coke Zero or something?
No,
Okay.
I'm plenty.
That's going to be your devil.
No, Coke Zero can die.
not going to be like burned up and hammered at the same time.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, I don't know. Make sure you're at the shop at 8 a.m. That's what Big Donnie said. Who's supposed to be at the shop at 8 a.m.? You got to work tomorrow too?
Austin works every day.
Oh, so you got to be at that shop, the race shop.
He's got to clean the horse trailers, dude.
Alex has sold about 1,400 generators.
No, like 12.
Yeah. It's a good season for it. I'll tell you that much. No, Austin ain't. He's making this. It's only his second drink, and yeah, it might go a little quick once he gets that wing in him, but it won't be that bad. And he handled it so well last time that I don't even think it'll phase him.
No, it hurts. I got to get game face.
Oh, we're about to get serious.
And what about I have one other question. I can't remember what it is.
What else, before we get too far on a tangent, was there anything else on your leftover list from before we didn't get to?
How many races have you won?
You listen to, but what about what's the hardest part of racing? I might ask you that anyway.
The hardest part of racing?
Yeah, I might ask you last time, but recap.
Winning. That's the hardest part.
Well,
Ain't no lie.
I don't know. I mean,
Dude,
be honest,
we went a long time before we won. I lucked out.
I mean, I don't.
So my
It
dad-
probably just depends, right, on what your skill set is. Like to me,
it was tough.
like
Money and skill set learning, you know.
I would say the hardest part of winning is building or prepping a car that's capable, right?
Motherfucker just brought some
I would
Don
agree.
Pepe
Damn,
out of his truck.
Mr. Pepe,
What the hell? Seriously?
it's from today.
That's what's up. I'm
let's do
saying.
it. Yeah, need
Jesus
some white
Christ,
sauce
dude.
to
Yeah,
cool this
dude.
thing off.
The acid that hot sauce is going to kill you before that
Make
chip
that
does.
show up out of nowhere. No, I would say the hardest part of winning is prepping a car that's capable of winning.
I agree,
At least for
yeah.
me.
I did it tonight, dude.
You
Ethan
know?
was like, hey man, I need
Some
help on
people
the back end.
are
I'm like,
incredible
"Ugh."
mechanics and chassis guys that can't drive at all. Some people can drive and have about a
Ethan just
2 out of
drives.
10 mechanical ability, which
No
is me.
offense, Ethan's okay at mechanics on cars, but he just drives. You know.
Yeah, there's laziness involved with
All right,
the.
so are you,
you
we
know.
not
doing this
lazy.
one here?
Yeah, is that what we're doing
I'm
now?
gonna do it on a flat.
I gotta move Ethan's fucking.
I would
gold
say
cup.
I would recommend Wicked Tickle, but I think last dab would be just fine enough.
I don't know.
You sprinkle, make this even.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
You sprinkle.
I
that
didn't really
bad boy.
pick that much for any particular reason. I just tried
Sprinkle
to.
that bad boy, dude. Don't be afraid.
Yeah, just hammer them, y'all. I mean, I don't have to work
Is
tomorrow.
that
Y'all do.
We're-
similar-ish?
yeah,
Pretty
we're-
close,
we're-
right?
Oh God,
Do we dab? Like, you ready?
it's called that
Yeah.
Corona contact.
Man,
That's crunchiness.
That's
Oh,
right there, buddy.
god damn it. I've had that one. I've had that one. That's
I would say Alex
serious.
has had that one. That one's pretty bad. I think that the I got
That was
some
a bad.
other
That was a really bad idea.
Yeah. It's a bad one.
Whoa, dude.
It's not that bad. It'll just make drinks disappear.
Is this the hottest one? You think?
No, the Wicked Tickle XXX.
Well, grab that one.
Go
We'll do
for
that
it.
one next.
Go
Yeah,
for it.
I'll take 18 of each.
Yeah, I mean, I've
I'm
got
18. I'll do like one of each.
Yeah. You don't want to do more than one of that one. I can tell you boys that much. That one right there that you're about to do, you don't want to go too far. Your tongue will swell up. It
My
will.
tongue is amazing.
All right, I'm
No,
gonna
no,
probably.
no. You haven't eaten it yet, but
What's that?
This is a little bit runnier, so it looks like more than it really is.
it'll match. You know,
Oh God.
So indicative of what's to come later.
you'll have
I
to
don't
breathe
want
through your
anything
nose.
that's
That's all I'm saying. Your tongue's gonna
that's
get
good
so
enough.
big.
That's similar-ish.
You ready? Dude, that first one was serious though.
It better be a lot too. I'm not keeping an eye. It looks like enough. I can tell you what.
Man,
This one's got much better flavor than the other one.
it does, but it's like battery
It catches up. Yeah,
but
it
that's
catches
got
up.
that's got Carolina Reaper in it, I think.
Something. Those ones, like I said, it makes your tongue swell up real big. And
My tongue feels like I just had an allergic reaction. with
Woo! Yeah,
life.
that one is
no
definitely
joke.
hotter.
yeah, that was
Oh my God.
definitely hotter.
Oh my God. Who does that for a living?
All right.
Wow.
What's your favorite? Do you watch F1? Oh, here's another thing I want to
I
talk
tried
about.
to, but the time zones are really weird.
You watch? Did you ever? You watch a lot of tennis and stuff. Did you ever play tennis at all?
Not
No.
competitively. I just play like at Ironbridge Park for fun.
Do you ever play golf or anything like that?
Not
I don't
really.
watch golf, but I watch the highlights and stuff like that on Facebook.
Wow, it's hot.
We've
So
really
what's
gone
funny-
off the rails here.
So what's
Y'all
funny
are
is that
dying.
I watch tennis, and I've never really played it for real.
Yeah.
I never watched golf, but I have played it for real.
Okay. I think that's fair. I think tennis is just as hard. And
I think tennis is
if
easier
you've
than
ever
golf.
if you've ever played tennis, it's so physically demanding. You know, running back and forth. I haven't played in like 10 years, but
Yeah.
I'll just do a solo episode back here really quick while you guys recover. But I'm like, what do you think about that? Alice is like, yeah,
That's bad.
yeah.
That is way hotter.
I don't even talk to him right now, dude.
Yes, I tell you guys, when that one's real bad.
Dude, this is stupid.
Arthur Sabera, comment in on us. Tell us where you're from. What's that
Arthur
name?
Sabera, that's the guy from Dominion.
From Dominion. Okay.
His brother Brad.
I can't see his Facebook. I
Brad's
noticed
very used to
people.
work at Whiffen.
Yeah, I noticed people from their
Brad Sabera did?
profile picture more than their name.
Different Brad Sabera.
Where are you
Arthur
from, buddy?
Sabera. I talk to him every once in a while.
Really?
I'm hurt.
Well, we're
here,
trying to
bud.
talk to him now.
I know. His brother runs the 3-car Dominion. Marshall's old car.
In what division?
Okay.
Car, but the-
All right,
Dude.
Austin,
this
you're
is
gonna have to talk
so
now.
stupid.
Not much. Who's your over and under favorite picks to win at Dominion tomorrow in the late model division
Oh, I thought you were going to go.
and the U-Car division?
You got the fucking the cheese rocket. That's your old
The
car.
Velveeta shell.
dude. You know, that's your original car, dude.
So which one is it? We'll go U-Car first. No, we'll go late model first.
I'm going late model first. I'm going to say, I assume Peyton Sellers is going to be there.
I don't know. I don't think so. I
Dude,
don't
there's
think
heavy
so.
hitters now.
I don't think Peyton will be there because there's always
There's gonna be a lot of cars.
Langley's open up the line.
If we do have Peyton Sellers, we also have David Callahan. We have Zach Lightfoot. I think is in the
Davey
late
got a
model
brand
now.
new car.
I think we got
Logan Clark is in late model now.
yeah, Logan Clark's in the late model now.
There's a lot of names.
I mean, Mike and O's there
Is
every
Logan
week. but-
Clark the kid that went down to New Smyrna and spanked him? Who was that? Who was the
Connor
That
Jones,
was
baby.
Middleton.
Connor Jones? Is he racing?
I'm sure he
Oh,
is.
dude, he's nasty. Went to Florida and smoked
If he's
it.
racing tomorrow at Dominion, I'll take him.
He'll
But,
definitely start 7th and finish 1st or 2nd. That's
but
what
if he's
that's
not
his move.
racing, then I will say, and I don't even know who's racing
Yeah.
without much knowledge, like Doug Barnes or
That's a
something.
tough one, yeah. Doug or because
That's a
either-
that's a
either
good
88.
that's a good guess.
Yeah.
I wish we had the actual lineup sheet. That way we could do not bets, but at least
We will tomorrow.
that would be
I'm
your
hurting
first
still,
guess.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, you guys are effed. By the way,
Dominion
All right.
stock.
no, we're not going to go through all of them.
What?
Well, sure. Who's going to win the Dominion
Gary
Stock
Burke
race?
in the Grand Stock. That thing is cheated up beyond all cheated up.
Dan Rogers isn't going to do it.
Dude, his shit's broke down.
Dude, we still have Dan Rogers'
No.
hat on the table. He stopped by here earlier and said, "Yo, I got to."
Fan favorite? I would love for Dan to win. I'm rooting for him. But
yeah.
they got to bring quite a bit of cheat with them to the track tomorrow.
Yeah, they gotta beat that.
Am I
ball
talking
joint
too
four.
loud? By the way,
No, you're good.
Okay.
They gotta beat that ball joint 4, dude.
it's really quiet on mine.
Gary Burke.
All right, the one that matters. Who's going to win the U-Car race at Dominion tomorrow? You got the Velveeta cheese. You
Yeah,
got
you think so?
Yeah.
you got the spike,
Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
the
Yep.
spike snot rocket. You got
It's
the.
not stock rocket anymore.
Oh, I know, but it was.
The Woodfin generator whole home plan mobile.
Yeah, you got
And-
the Cameron Ruggles pink and white
Ah, we
super
love
flow.
it. High Ho Silver, man.
You got the white and red.
This is a competitive
52.
field. There's a lot of. I mean, I'm going to say Alex, but
Isn't
if
Ronnie?
Alex ran 5th tomorrow, it wouldn't surprise me. Not because
I know that freaks me
there's
out.
just so many good cars. There really is.
Because Cameron probably
Cameron
gets
could
himself
either of
over
those
the
two.
winner.
Cameron Ruggles cars could win. Mike could win. He could win. I I'm
hope
sure there's somebody from up
Mike's
there.
got
I'm not thinking
a
about.
head on that car from my old. Like I gave him a head to be able to get his motor together.
Isn't Ronnie racing tomorrow too?
Ronnie's racing.
BJ?
David Blankenship, come on, buddy. Come on, man. You ain't kidding
Ain't
nobody.
nothing cheated up on the floor. Blankenship, you're so.
Come on, Blankenship.
Yeah, you're out of control.
I'm just
Hey,
kidding, man. I'm
boys.
just trying to be funny.
I'm
Hey.
not kidding, Blankenship.
Hey, Blankenship,
You're
I'm
way
backstage right now. You remember who sent you stickers?
Blank, I'm not kidding.
In all fairness, I don't really know. I'll assume they won the championship last year, right?
Yeah.
And they ran, 10, 12, 13 races?
know.
Never got third out, won the championship, so
Right.
I would say that props to them. They're the favorite.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
They got
I
that
didn't-
thing on a freaking rail.
I didn't even race one race last year in New Cars won the championship. Just
what? You didn't even win one race
I
last
didn't
year?
even race one of them.
Oh, you missed a race.
I missed the
Yeah.
first race until one. So I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like NASCAR points are so
Yeah.
quote unquote easy to, you know what I mean?
All right, I
Not
don't know what you're
throwing
trying to say,
anything
but
under the bus, but-
Chapman Yellow 07. That's his pick. Wesley
That's
Farmer.
fair pick. I mean, he very well could
Oh,
win.
he's a fucking Dixie Outfitters guy. Or whatever.
Fuller, my
Yeah,
U-Car
that's
is
it.
running truck. Okay, Fuller, I didn't ask you that.
My
I asked
U-Car,
you what your...
Does Fuller own a car?
Fuller, don't wreck her. I've got her. I know you do, Kendall. You're going to race her next. I get it. You got it.
Fuller, who do you have to win the race tomorrow, though?
Kendall's
Yes,
gonna
you
drive
did,
this
and
year.
they are on the car. That's what's up, Blankenship. Take some pictures in, like, the pits tomorrow and be like, turn on the podcast. I don't know. Tag the page. Just type in podcast, it'll show up. If you turn and left are both 4-letter words.
This is just starting to ease up for me.
Dude, it's finally getting
they're
better.
real-
You
yeah,
have a
it's
missed
real-
chip right there
real
on your.
serious.
I was
Kendall,
saving a good
I think
one for
Kendall's
last.
driving May 8th or something. We talked about it the other day. May 8th or 13th or something. She could tell you. She'll comment. Alex, go with U-Car. Thank you, Andrew Fuller. I hope I do. If I do, I'll give you the trophy.
Alex, gonna
And
win
I'll take Tommy Jackson in the Legends, assuming they're racing there
If they
tomorrow.
race, Tommy Jackson's winning that.
modified. Do we even know any modified drivers?
Uh,
I wouldn't get a
Jimmy
the whole
Humblett.
list, but we're there now.
Ooh,
I'll say
no,
Humlet.
purple cars aren't running this year.
oh, they're not?
No,
No.
I'm going Mike Rudy.
Yeah, I'll go Mike Rudy.
Absolutely,
Mike Rudy's
yeah.
tough.
What about the Hopkins car? Is that running?
Huh?
17, Chris Hopkins? Or not the Chris
Oh,
Hopkins car. Marshall
Clyde's
car.
car.
Legends
If
are
it
all
is,
on.
it'll be fast. Yeah. But I'll say Mike Rudy and
I'll go
modified.
Mike Rudy. Kendall, if you're running U-Car, I think it was like 8th or 17th or something like that. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Austin Dodge.
Whoa, who said that?
I did.
That's rude.
What happened?
I did. You took a sip and you coughed and died, and I'm like,
didn't
he doesn't look
die.
good. Both of y'all are like, in
Yeah.
bed. That's usually where I'm at. And
Could
I'm
be
like, oh my
COVID. Could be
I love
could be
that
this hot sauce. I
Dude,
don't know.
we
One
did
of
well,
the-
dude. We didn't
I mean,
die, which
I didn't cry.
we're real
so I'll
men,
take
dude.
it.
God. Yeah.
Ethan's just.
That's really really hot stuff. Though,
I'm
man.
afraid of it. Yeah.
It's serious.
That's really
Well, I'm
hot.
not man enough to drink that liquor. Anyway, so not to
Sam
mention
Moreno, Eric Folks. Eric Folks is in mods. That's right. I forgot about him. Number 2.
Eric Folks.
Moreno's running the 6th car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll still take Mike Rudy for modified.
I still will, yeah. Mike Rudy's, he's my guy. He's my buddy.
Yep.
All right. So who did we decide on the late model? Peyton Tillers? No.
I'm gonna say Doug Barnes,
I want Chris Dodson.
but I don't know who's running, man. I really have
Mason
no idea.
Bailey is.
Mason, ooh, I'm going to go.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going May May Bay. Yeah.
That's not a bad pick.
Yeah.
that
May
car
Bay,
looks really
May Bay.
sick.
Dude,
that car
didn't
looks
it?
great.
May May Bay. I got you, buddy. Yeah, that's my guy.
He's
Who's
gonna be
gonna
my
be
honor,
Austin?
he's gonna be my honorable mention. I got to pick somebody different.
Mason's been 13
He's
years
gonna be-
old for like 10 years.
You said if Doug Barnes or something like that.
I'll say
shows up.
Doug Barnes, but my first pick was Peyton Sellers if he's there.
Yeah.
I don't know if
If
he's
neither one of them are there.
Sellers of Sobo.
To close out the show, if neither one of those two big hitters were there,
I'll
what
go
would you
May
go
May.
with?
So I thought Sobo always did their opening day on a Sunday, but maybe not.
I'm going May May.
I know of a driver that's doing the Sobo U-Car race tomorrow and the U-Car race at Dominion tomorrow night.
How are you going to get from
U-Car?
Sobo to Dominion in time to do
It's like a
both?
2 o'clock race
The
at
U-Cars
Sobo.
are way
It's a
different.
2 o'clock race at Sobo? It's like a 3-hour drive.
Yeah, I'll
minimum.
go. Hold on.
Yeah, the races don't start at Dominion until like 7 or 9,
They
8 or
start
9.
at 12
Or,
o'clock at night.
That's tough. Well, cool.
practice is at 9 a.m., but
Right.
the races are fucking still at 9 p.m., so nobody understands that. But anyway.
All right, so anyway, Tyler, ooh, Gerard, yeah. Tyler
Yeah,
Hughes.
Tyler.
Is he, if he's allowed
But I
back.
thought he was like
got
doing like
X-made
a
for a
limited
while.
schedule / like working on somebody's cars. He posted
Sobo
something on
had their
Facebook
opener 2
within the
weeks
last
ago.
week or two.
He's got like a team, or like he's doing setups and stuff now.
Yeah.
I think, right?
Tyler Hughes jumped through somebody's window, and Tyler isn't running. All right, cool. Anyway, Out of late models.
Was that Tyler
Nobody
Hughes?
freaking knows about late models. Who's showing up? So anyway, we go back to.
Tyler isn't running helicopter.
I don't know what that means.
Helicopter's going to win Patrick
Screw up
Murphy.
Mason's car. Anyway, all right, late models. We'll just go late, Mason.
What's helicopter mean?
I don't know.
That was Patrick Murphy.
Is that a nickname for?
He's working on generator tomorrow.
Maybe he's talking about David Blankenship's career back at Southside Speedway.
Damn!
I'm just kidding.
Damn, Ethan.
I'm fucking with you, David Blankenship.
No, he's not.
The spin cycle.
The spinner fidget, the fidget spinner, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But either way, I'm messing with you, David Blankenship.
No, he's not.
Both of these guys. Are you guys going to live? You guys going to...
Oh, we're alive, dude.
I'm over it. I'm over it.
He's got an extra chip.
I've been saving
There
a
is
chip in
no
reserve in case
I'll
that
say,
bag runs empty.
This podcast has no insurance, so don't contact me after you leave. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Just seriously. All right. Fuller, that's too much, dude.
Yeah, I can't read all that. Thank you all
Chase
for joining
Burrow,
us.
he's going to win the U-Car race, and he's a late model. So,
Sergio Pino.
U-Cars, I'm planning on winning that, just so you'll know. Any cars, I'm going to go with...
I don't even know
Kim
any
Oliver.
cars.
Last time I was there, I don't know people's names, but there was a really fast Mustang
Yeah.
in any
that
car.
was the tow truck driver, dude.
He won. He was like, it was like a 2005, 6, 7-ish
David
Mustang.
Blankenship's the next bud.
He owns all the
All
cars.
right, David, I'm sorry.
Dominion's talking
In
about
fact,
one.
Austin, to be honest, if you wouldn't have responded so
Bobby
quick
Curtis.
tonight when I was like, yo, I got a
Bobby
cancellation, you want to come over tonight?
Fuller?
No. David Blanken. I was about to contact Blankenship. Well, yeah, Fuller too. But
Well,
I was about to
Fuller,
contact
Fuller. I
Blankenship.
mean, he's in the know.
Fuller's been on the show.
Yeah.
He's been here.
Yeah.
David Blankenship is yet to be on the show. So I was
Oh.
about to hit up Blankenship and say, yo, you want to come on?
Yeah,
But like I
good.
said, this was like an hour ago.
We got to get the scoop on what the hell's under the hood of that 4 car.
Yeah, we
or
were-
04. Is it 4 or 4?
4,
04.
something like that. Isn't Gary Burke driving it, though, or is it?
I think
GB,
Gary. I think
yeah.
Gary is. That
Old
I'm
GB.
not kidding. When the race that I ran like 5 years ago, I ran door to door with Gary for a while. That car was really fast. I
Yeah.
think they set on the pole, but I think they got DQ'd though because they had those
David
Vortec.
Blank-
They had that
no,
Langley
no,
like
David
a
Blankenship, you're going to be
yeah,
seven inches.
Vortec heads or like a
Yeah,
Langley.
left front ball joint, dude.
No,
I
I'm
think it was
talking
the
about
hood
before
hinges.
that. They,
Was it-
but the car was really. I mean, he
They
was
were
driving
so
the wheels
bad.
off of it. The car was fast.
Oh, yeah.
It was really yeah. I mean, they got it figured out for sure.
The Lewis bar motor.
Yeah.
David still.
Crack jokes and make fun, but I mean, at the end of the
always
day,
fun. I know.
at the end of the day, they are the car to beat until somebody
I
proves
think
otherwise.
what I'm saying is that David, we talked about this one time. It was the left front upper ball joint or some shit. He was like so mad about that shit.
He got tossed
it
for
made
that, right?
no difference. It made no difference. That doesn't. I agree with David on that. I do.
I agree.
Welcome.
Yeah, I mean, that was some BS, but
Hey, it happens, right?
It was
They
like
also-
the night Ethan got thrown out for
Everybody
hood
on this
hinges.
podcast right now has been DQ'd for something dumb. I'm
Okay,
sure.
let's calm down. No, Ethan got thrown out for hood hinges that I put
Alex's
on.
most recent.
That may be
he
the
was
most
defensive.
pettiest thing I've ever heard of.
It was the dumbest shit in the world, dude.
And I kept him on there with stock hinges.
Ethan lost the championship over that.
It's a Lewis bar. Mine's a loser bar motor. That's what I always ran. That's what I was.
Yeah,
That
loser
was my
bar?
piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my favorite piece. A
Yeah.
home built loser bar motor. But you got to make it work.
Dude, we
and,
built that, man. Calm down.
Either way, I mean, if y'all finally lived through it, I think that about wraps it up. I
Screwed
think.
in 17 by another team on the ball joint. Only way we could beat them was a friends in the tech. Oh shit, you got friends in the tech, David?
I know how that goes, man. I got screwed
Damn.
too with tech, so I
Tech,
feel you.
Tech shouldn't have friends.
Yeah,
but
come on,
it
David.
does. I've never.
Tell me,
been,
give me a name, social security number, and address, and all that.
I've never fucking been friends with them.
because they bitched about my camber that Todd messed me up on.
That's why when I started driving for other people like Bud and Alex and stuff like that, I don't talk to them. I don't go over there. I'm like, yo, I need a cigarette real bad. I'll meet y'all at the tech shed, and I just never go back.
Ethan didn't even talk to me.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all push that thing around
He's
yourself.
like, did we
I'm
win? I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, you crossed the line first. He's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, but did we win? You know? Yeah. It's like we were talking about earlier. Like, yeah, I got to add up my wins season by season. I'm like, yeah, then I got to subtract the DQs. So yeah, that makes it tough. You got to go backwards each season. Like then there was
Yeah.
2017, I got DQ'd
A
at
while
2 of
ago.
them. 2014, I got
I've been
DQ'd at 1 of
DQ'd
them.
once.
Well, it's not bad.
No, technically
Hey,
twice.
I would
I've been
never-
DQ'd twice. I've been DQ'd
Me
twice.
too, but I was not DQ'd this past year. I was positioned at last wasting point.
For
That's DQ'd.
what was the violation?
Calm down. Todd hit my right front.
Calm down,
It was
calm-
a camber.
Camber,
issue. It was a
yeah.
camber.
He had 11 degrees of negative camber
I had like 6.5.
in
It
the
was
right
'cause he hit me.
front. You know,
But
Yeah,
it wasn't even
Alex
close,
Carlick-
man. It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
shut up.
You couldn't even can't even argue it was borderline. There wasn't no gray area.
won
It
the
was
championship
dark as
because
night.
He was running modified times and shit that night. It was ridiculous.
Dude, I won.
If you're running the 1880
I
anything,
did.
that's not even close to legal.
I
Just
did-
get out of here.
I
Don't
won
even.
1890, but I did run I ran like a 19 flat.
All right,
race.
so I ran when I ran Bobby's car.
1987.
I qualified like an 1805 or something.
Right.
All right, that car has got
8,000.
200 more horsepower, 250.
No doubt. Yeah.
That car, I'm assuming. I assume that a
It
good
weighs 1,000.
Now
pounds
than
more.
then.
a good Grand Stock built, Lewis Barr, Rick Duncan,
3-something.
etc. 370, 380,
Without a doubt.
something like that.
And
And
our
a
U
U
car,
car.
110, 115. Yeah.
So, how is it that a U car with 110 horsepower would run within 0.8 of a second of something with almost
Well,
400?
it's all
Assuming we're
momentum.
near by the rules.
Weight. And,
It's just horsepower, and not horsepower. It's momentum and tire.
yeah, I think
I mean, we do it a lot off, but
I think the
Well,
better
what happened-
I think the
so-
better example
well,
would be at Southside when the
maybe
U
a better
cars are
way to-
outrunning the street stocks.
exactly.
A better way to
Yeah,
rephrase the question
without
is,
doubt.
what has changed from 2016 to 2021 that
Horsepower
has
to
made a
weight ratio.
second of a lap difference?
horsepower
For
to weight
U cars
ratio.
or which? Hold on.
I'm talking about U car.
Yeah.
Because the Grand Stocks are like the same, basically.
Yeah, U cars
Their
have progressed
pole's
so
what,
much. It's
17?
insane.
No
maybe
doubt.
maybe a 1790 is like, damn,
Right.
that was blistering fast. But they're like 18 O's and teens and 20s.
Well,
The
when
tire
Dominion
compound
opened
changed.
up, when Dominion opened up, people were struggling to even figure out how to get around the track without blowing their power steering pumps and all that kind of shit.
Yeah,
out of
That
it.
is
true.
true.
You know
I
what
blew mine in my brand new
Motors,
car.
too, yeah.
as the track got faster in itself, because not only that, but the progression of a track in its first couple of years is going to be way
Unbelievably fast right off the
more
bat.
drastic than it will be in a track that's been established for a long time because people are learning that track so fast.
True.
As opposed to a track like Southside that maybe has had U cars since 2001 or 2000, so now 21 years. Still, the technology slowly comes as opposed to at Dominion. They're like I said, everybody's learning the track for that rule package. You'd have thought a lot of more South Boston guys would have come since the track types are so similar, but didn't really
I wish
seem
South
like-
Boston would adopt the rules of whatever track.
They're still running stock rims and shit, aren't they?
They're running
That's
trash.
horrifying.
rules,
It's
dude.
like a, what do they call it? Like a bomber or
Hornet?
a
Yeah, it's
Hornet?
like, get rid of
Yeah.
that shit. And
Horrifying.
Call it
To
a
run
Southside
stock
rule
rims?
division. I'll go
I ran
there
stock
tomorrow.
rims to Southside up until the very end.
Yeah,
Right,
but at
you
Dominion,
did, yeah.
would you do it? That's like a
I
life
don't know,
risk.
yeah.
Oh, you're gonna die.
Yeah,
Dominion
it's
stock
like
I ain't
not
rims.
scared. Send it. Drive it.
I know. I agree,
Set
but-
up for your cars.
Drive
Yeah,
it on
you're
in there and see what happens, man.
That's right. Yeah, the track lost grip. You had to find a way to make grip,
Yeah.
and make speed. You're right, Donnie.
Well, that's true. I mean, the U car,
That's every track, yeah.
being short on horsepower, it's like a go kart
You
that's
do.
tire bound.
You're
So
like, cool. Let's just figure out this way to make this thing handle, and we did. And like I
well, they handle
dude,
too
I
good,
battled-
right? It's like you're riding around with Velcro on your tires.
yes and no, dude. I
So
figured out
as
like,
the track ages some,
my car was
it opens
so
up.
tight this year, and I had to me and Bud went back and forth about changing some front struts, dude. Because the rears are fine, but we changed a couple different things in the front struts, and all of a sudden we
Yeah.
figured out we're like, cool, let's just
Yeah.
now we're way faster, and we started winning races. It was like, all right, well,
Yeah, 'cause it's definitely picked up because I mean I raced there one time, and like I said, I think I qualified. It might have been in 1987.
it
just
was
'cause-
in 1987.
but I think I ran like some 70s in practice, maybe.
did.
And I don't know if it just tightened up with new tires or what happened, but
the old tire compound.
I think
was
I think I
harder.
might have run like a high 60, a low 70 in the race, and a couple guys ran like 40s.
right the Civics or something maybe.
Well, the Civic maybe, or there was 3 cars that were really fast. There was the Civic was fast. Maybe it was 4 cars. The Civic was fast. The Saturn was really fast.
They were in the teens
So
and
was
20s,
Ryan Pritt's car was like
He ran 20s and 30s.
10 miles an hour faster down the straightaway than
I know.
mine was.
I know.
And then also that boy Donnelly that's in a late model now.
Right.
He had a number 31 Sunfire.
Right.
That was like, I
But
think
I-
would come off the corner sideways. He'd be off the gas,
Yeah.
and when he matted it, it would run. It would close up from like 2 car lengths
He
back
and I
to
ran
on your
similar
bumper.
lap times in 2017 in Taffy, so he was a little faster than I was. But he won for a championship. 2017, he won the championship the night that I raced in Taffy.
Yeah.
We ran similar lap times. It was 40s, I think, 40s and 30s.
Yeah,
But I ran an 1880 or 1890 this past year.
I had a 5th place car and finished 2nd, but
Right.
and, you know,
My ignition.
you get up
pretty
front,
good.
you get up front, and you look in the mirror and do a lot of zigging and zagging and hope for the best.
Well, that's a
It
weird
worked
track.
out.
deal.
My Grand Stock debut didn't work out so well.
No, you were doing
I think Gary Burke. No fault to him.
I think he wrecked you.
Well, no, not really. I drove down to turn 1 right on his door. I left him an inch between
He wrecked
me
you.
and the
Pinch.
apron.
Yeah.
Pitched him down hard, and he got loose and
He wrecked you.
turned me around. But I mean, it's not his fault.
It was his fault.
So, Alex, you going to win
We'd love
this
it,
race
Gary.
tomorrow?
Yeah, dude. I'm going to win that shit.
For sure.
Yeah.
We're placing bets.
I'm not betting on nothing. You heard my betting stories earlier.
I don't want Austin's bet. His shit sucks.
If I bet on you, you will lose, and I will lose, and I'll be upset.
Bet on Chapman or something.
I'll bet.
He's got Velveeta shells.
If Chapman wins, I owe him a bag of Velveeta shells and cheese.
Yes.
If he loses and I win, if I bet against him, he owes me a box of Kraft Blue Box with the powder.
Oh, you hear that, Chapman?
Yeah.
You're a chump if you don't hear that, Chapman.
Yeah,
But if you do
I'm Team Kraft Blue Box all the way.
Damn.
All the
They're
way,
high,
man.
dude.
But
I
if
love
win,
Velveeta's good, but
hold
man.
on. If I win, Chapman owes me $200.
Okay, well, y'all have a side bet.
Do
going
you
on.
owe him $200 if he wins?
Fuck no. Fuck Chapman.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
Donnie's
okay.
still watching this, he can attest to the Blue Box powder being better than the shells and cheese.
So y'all are Kraft
we
fans,
were
y'all are
raised
not
on
Velveeta.
I
Kraft.
can't agree with
Yeah.
that, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
will say the texture
I like
of the Velveeta.
Velveeta's fine. I like it just fine.
I had a
but
conversation with earlier with somebody.
if I go to the store right now as an
Velveeta
adult
is way
buying
better.
groceries for me, I buy Velveeta, or I buy Kraft Blue Box.
You buy Velveeta for you and the
Yeah,
Kraft.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, we got
yeah.
more discrepancy
And if
now.
I get really wild and I
I'm with
really
you on
want
the
to take it to the
Kraft
next level,
Blue
I will
Box
buy the
powder. Oh, shit,
dinosaur-shaped
Karen?
shells.
Oh,
Karen,
yeah.
Karen said, I'm like you on the Kraft Blue Box powder.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's
Blue
Karen.
runny.
Box powder. Yeah, you go a little bit
runny
light.
for
You go a
me.
little bit light on the milk and butter, so the powder's a little clumpy.
Yeah.
you just get like this explosion of cheese
That's my
powder.
thing. It's too watery.
Oh man,
Donnie. And half off appetizer.
exactly.
No way,
Yeah,
Donnie.
yeah.
Where?
You go to Applebee's after 9:00. This is not they're not sponsoring a podcast, but if you go after 9,
They can be.
you will get half off cheese sticks, half off. They got
Cheese
spinach
dicks?
artichoke dip. They
Cheese
got
dick.
no
What is that?
We don't want that.
boneless wings.
Alex, you better watch your mouth. Karen, you calm down.
I would be willing to bet if we were at Applebee's right now and Donnie was here with us,
Sounds like we're going right after
he
this
would
ends.
order a
he's on
quesadilla
a Dixie
burger.
cart.
He would
Shut
order a
up, Wesley.
quesadilla burger.
Them things are good, though.
He gets
huh?
it every time. Quesadilla
Hey,
burger.
Wesley. Old cheesy shell's going to get
Damn,
work
easy
tomorrow,
on the
son.
Dixie cart.
Easy on the Dixie car.
Well, maybe y'all should have named it after Kraft mac and cheese and not after Velveeta, and
Correct.
we wouldn't be so
Yeah,
hard on
dude.
it.
You should have
I mean,
painted that
it's
bad
the
boy
damn-
blue, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, put a big ass like cheese dinosaur on the roof of it or something.
Hey, dude.
A
Hey.
SpongeBob looking noodle, you know, on the hood.
I might even, if I don't make it.
Look, if Velveeta had cartoon
Yeah.
shaped noodles, then I'd be all on Team Velveeta. But
Yeah, they don't
but
have
they
that
didn't.
shit.
So
How am I going to get frozen in Moana in my fucking mac and
Dixie
cheese
cart. That
shells?
thing
You
is
know what I'm
white.
saying?
By the way, Wesley, that thing is white and pink. Dude.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, well, y'all got anything else to plug?
What
Austin,
else?
I know that you, what's your next race?
So we got Daytona next week. And
Oh,
then,
that's a small one. No big deal.
It's just no big deal. We're just a quick trip to
We
Daytona.
got Daytona next
Um,
week. Yeah.
yeah.
Flying down there.
Well, not this time. I've done that several times in the past. So Daytona is always the weekend, the Saturday after opening night of Southside
He'll
Speedway.
track that
2020, I think 16, 17, and 18.
every year.
Those 3 years, I ran Southside Friday night and caught a red-eye flight down to Daytona to go race down there. I really don't know what we have after Daytona. We got Daytona going on, and then after that, I think it's a long gap. If we can recruit enough people to skip Memorial Day weekend, Watkins Glen is Memorial Day weekend.
Ethan wants to race that one.
But
You should get him to recruit that.
everybody on the team except for me is old enough to have kids and family and that kind of thing.
You're
so
old enough to have kids in a family who just didn't. You're
I'm
smart.
frugal and it didn't
way
work
smarter.
out. So
I
Way
got
smarter,
9
bro.
kids, bro.
Ethan's got 23 of them.
life happens, man.
Yeah, dude.
I have mine every other week.
I got a dog that eats as much as 3
It's like
kids.
life happens and then more lives happen. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Pick a weekend I don't have my kids. I'll race.
So really, honest and truthfully, we got Daytona next weekend, and then 2 weeks after that is Charlotte. I don't know what the team's plans are. I think I have a scheduling conflict, so I probably can't go. But the way it stands, our next race wouldn't be until August.
Okay.
Virginia International Raceway, full course. That's a 24-hour.
Gang.
That's like our Super Bowl, if you will. That's like the biggest 24 hours. That's a lot.
It's like a Rolex type
Yeah.
race.
Yeah, I mean it's noon on Saturday to noon on Sunday, and we have a team
That's like a whole day at
of
Dominion.
usually 4 drivers on a car. So
And A Shizzy Rizzy is or is not invited to that one.
No, dude, I don't have that wood fit
it just
invite.
depends.
He's like, I don't have that
He's
wooden
like
end.
he's like 8 more generators away. He's really
Dude,
close.
if I like win 3 or 4 more Dominion races, they might call me and be like, "Hey, bro,
If they
you want to pit stop us or
dude,
what?"
if they do a U-car
You like that
road
pun?
course
You
race,
like that pun?
What'd you say?
I was like, if I win like 3 or 4 more races, they might pit stop me. That was another.
Then
I don't know what that means.
Whitford owns pit
Whitford
stop.
owns a bunch of gas stations, convenience stores. C-stores, man. You got to get with the lingo.
Dude, you got to be able to like sell Monster Energy drink, dude.
I don't give a shit about that.
Oh,
I don't drink.
you'll never drive.
Bradley
one?
Mechanical own any convenience stores?
They don't know shit.
No, I don't
They
even know
own,
who
they
that
own
is.
their own company, dude.
No. Yeah, but
They're a bunch of subs.
It
What
won't
it-
be long, man. You'll be on the
as far
Woodford
as-
team.
yeah.
Just give it time. Just give it time.
as far as
Whitford will buy them.
They buy everything, man.
yeah,
Come on home.
Whitford.
we're
Come
gonna
on home.
own Virginia before long. As far as I lost track now. As far as
Don't worry about
yeah, it doesn't matter now.
I love driving.
You asked me what my
left
next
and right
race
dummy.
was.
Just saying.
You said VIR.
Yeah.
I
Well,
love
we have
that.
Daytona than that, and then we do. We'll do Daytona, or we'll do Daytona. Then we'll do VIR in August. We will do. There's a racetrack in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm going to that.
Pittsburgh.
I'm going to that one. Donnie already called me. He's like,
You really should go.
He said we need you. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, you're subbed in.
I'm
You're in.
subbed in, dude.
All right, well he'll be there.
I'll spot for you.
Yes.
VIR.
I'll bring radio.
Pittsburgh is it's
Donnie,
a
I
really,
need
really,
you.
really nice facility. A track that we did several years ago, we haven't been back to is Sebring, which is in
Ooh.
South Florida.
Yeah.
They actually just ran, I think, Jimmy Johnson. If y'all been keeping up with him, he ran the
yeah,
he ran the
he's
Rolex
spun out a couple
24,
times.
Who is that?
and then he ran Sebring, the 12 hours of Sebring.
Oh, JJ.
That's a really, really, really cool place. It's down there, South Florida,
yeah.
kind of near Miami.
The bottom of Florida. That's
give or
South
take.
Florida. Yeah. It's cool.
Super, super cool place.
All right, dude. Well, thanks
Yeah.
guys for eating all my chips. I got dip left in the truck. I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
I told you
but,
to bring that
I'm just
here.
kidding, I'm
I
kidding.
know-
I'm kidding.
We needed it.
All right, I'm going to get over there for a second before I hit the end live. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Austin Dodge, for coming out short
Yeah, man.
notice,
Thanks
dude.
for the invite, man.
Yeah, man. Sorry it was so short notice. I'll try to,
No.
when next time, I always want to get you on, but I don't want it to be short notice all the time like this. But
Yeah,
I
what-
appreciate you filling in like this on, like I
said.
said, texted you an hour and a half ago, like, hey, man, can you come on? And like
Yep.
15 minutes ago, and you're like, yeah, I'll be there.
There's
Yeah.
a chip left in here.
Yeah.
One chip?
There's not even.
There's
Oh
not
my
much,
God.
man. That shit was hot.
All right, Austin. Well, I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having
Yeah.
me. It's fun.
Dude.
You're welcome for
Oh.
me coming on. Okay.
Yeah,
Go,
well. you live closer.
Go Team Kraft Macaroni. Go Team Alex.
Team
I don't know if I'll be the shell guy, but
Ayers Racing.
yeah, Ayers Racing, yeah.